Welcome to the second day of the GLL Latam Masters. Yesterday was amazing. Today, I'm sure it's going to be equally great. I'm Toby, joined by HayZ, and we have got nothing but joy of casting these next 6 games for you today. And also, by the end of today, we're going to be, well, technically third way through.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm excited to see these Latam games. You know, we see them all getting into the lobby here. We're just waiting for them to get started. But yeah, yesterday was pretty interesting. We saw a lot of, no double winners. There was only single teams winning games. So
exactly. With that, let's take a look for those of you guys who might have made yesterday. Let's see how this whole system runs down. 6 games to play, of course, on the day, and they are spread out as seen here. We got Sanok to start off, the only region that I've ever been part of that starts with Sanok. I kind of like it. Get it out of the way early. Yeah. Then we go over to 2 games of Miramar and finish off with 3 games of Erangel. So the only variable we have here is the fact that Miramar and Erangel swap out between who is 2, who is 1 on the day. Sanok 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way through, just like I think and hope most people like it.
Yeah. I think it's good to sort of switch them out. Obviously, yesterday we had 2 Erangel and 3 Miramar.
Yeah.
For the end there. So point system though, obviously the standard point system that we all kind of know from the super settings.
Yes.
Obviously 10 for a win goes down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1. And then obviously 0 for 9th to 16th, and 1 point for a kill.
That is, I think, I think that's the difference maker for a lot of it, because even especially with the region like we see here, when you have those teams that can go out not only get wins, that gives you 10 kills, but manage to rack up the amount of kills they can to boost that. I mean, we had a 14 kill win yesterday.
Yep.
I think, did we have a 15 kill win? I think 14 was the highest.
I think 14 was the highest.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that was the Black Dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 2 or 3 different teams going double digit in kills and adding wins to that, and when it all comes down to it, I mean, normally we have regions where, okay, so first place through 8th place, they get this amount of money for their placements. They also do here, and then X amount of teams in the top will qualify for whatever is the big tournament coming up that this is part of. In this case, this tournament only provides 1 spot. So not only, of course, do you want the money, because that's always great, but if you want to make it to the PGC, which is what everyone is hoping for, you have to get that first place. And let's see who exactly have a chance of making it all the way through. Right now, if the games ended right here, right now, Black Dragons could count themselves as winners at 56 points. But of course, we have plenty more games to play.
Yeah, exactly. You got Fury Esports with 38 kills, the highest kills so far, but obviously not the highest placement points. So they got to, they got to even them out somehow.
Also, I mean, just impressive to see that Black Dragons yesterday almost averaged 10 kills per game, 10 points per game. I mean, that's to me absurd. We've just finished PEL tonight, actually, or today, depending on where you're in the world. Yeah. We finished PEL, the European League, and FaZe won that, and I think they averaged somewhere around 7.5 kills per game. 7.8 in the end of it. I mean, that's insane. And these guys, of course, higher, the ones in the top, because they've played, well, I mean, 90 games less. Yeah. But to keep an average for that long, it's going to be very difficult. And I think even over 36 games, we might, I would put my money on maybe 8. In average will be somewhere around where the winning team will sit.
I think you could be right there. Yeah, around about 8. Because obviously, I mean, it depends on the caliber of teams you're fighting against. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to say anything about the caliber of teams here. We do have some really good teams.
For sure. So somewhere between maybe 250 to a little higher than that is what I would anticipate. I'm trying to do the math now, and I'm just like, I always go to it. Don't do it. Just don't. But I would think somewhere around 250 would be my bet for the winning team. But then again, I mean, we have seen regions where we've seen times where one team just skyrockets and they beat that number early because they're racking up points and points again. But we're kind of expecting, especially not having had a single double chicken dinner winner yesterday, we're kind of expecting it to even out in at least some fashion.
Yeah, you think so.
I mean, won't just be one team at least.
No. I mean, we're definitely going to get, obviously, I feel like we're going to get a double winner today. Some team from the winners from yesterday
for sure.
will actually win today. Oh, I mean, we could get a double on the day as well.
Could you imagine 10? Like, that would be 12 different winners within 2 days.
Yeah,
and no one going. I don't think. I mean, it's no disrespect to some of those teams, but I think there are less than 12 teams that have the chance of taking first place in this tournament.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I think there's going to be some of those potentially Black Dragons, which on Fury, we were talking some of these teams we saw yesterday. A team that we didn't see get a win yesterday, that I'm still waiting. I mean, they did kind of wake up in the end of it, but Singularity, I think in the beginning they were Sanok. That's always just Sanok. You can kind of throw that one out of the window. Yeah. Especially going over to the Northwestern Island, that causes even more trouble than anything. Yeah. And I think it's just the first 2 games, they've really, I mean, sometimes you just get PUBG'd. Circles going like triple away from you. You're like, you know what? We're kind of tired of rotating already. Do we really have to go over there? And they kind of just, they couldn't do a whole lot. But then once they started getting those circles, they showed us they can find kills. I mean, even in situations where things seem clustered, they would find those kills. But then, of course, I mean, when you're fighting all the time, third party, fourth party, and you're surviving through that, you do normally take some casualties along the way. Yeah. And then that's where those late rotations become extremely hard, because then you have those fresh teams that have been sitting on the other side. Just go, oh, we're ready to fight now. And then they come and whoop you. So
full vests, full meds, full ammo.
Exactly. So
nades, everything.
Hopefully getting to see them engage a little later, like position them in spots where they can maybe chill for a little while longer before they activate their thrusters.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we saw a lot of rotations and a lot of hard shifts towards. I think it was one of the. I think it was one of the Miramar games. I think it was. I'm trying to look here. It might have been. I think one of the Miramar games where it went sort of twice towards the west, towards Monte Nuevo.
Yeah, that was your fault, by the way. That was your fault. Oh, it's going to go Monte Nuevo.
Yeah. I did say it was going to go Monte Nuevo, and then it went Monte Nuevo twice. Yeah, no, I mean, there was a massive cluster of all these teams in this eastern Monte Nuevo compound over the road. Just everyone fighting for that one compound, and then obviously Coffee Beans come in from the north and just won it. So,
Coffee Beans?
Coffee break. It's close.
They were coffee beans, but there were some good coffee beans in them. They're probably those. I mean, let's not go into detail about how they're created, but there's some very rare coffee beans out there. Yeah. And I'm sure they were them, because those should be the best type of coffee beans.
Exactly.
On their coffee break. In any case, enough about coffee. Maybe I shouldn't have that much coffee.
I had quite a bit today.
You had quite a bit of coffee today. It's always fun. I mean, I never use it as an excuse, but it is kind of interesting that for this production, the way that these overlays work, that we do actually have the local time, and we start the cast at midnight. So if any of you guys who's ever sat up late in the evening and done well, whether it's casting or playing video games with friends and stuff, sometimes you end up saying things where you look at yourself afterwards and go,
why did I say that?
And then that might happen at some point later tonight. I'm not going to guarantee us to make sense throughout the entire evening, but I'm pretty certain that we are very capable casters and analyst people that can give you a pretty decent broadcast overall.
I would agree.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that, HayZ. That's amazing.
Full faith.
Full faith. And okay, now we kind of jumped a little quickly over the whole one team goes to PGC. Yeah. And then someone might sit in the chat and goes, what's PGC? I mean, what's this? For those of you guys who don't know, this tournament, GLL Latam Masters, is part of a bigger picture. It's part of a 9-region, SA being one of them, 9-region global tournament where they all do their different tournaments. We have PEL, the PUBG European League, PKL, Korean League, NPL, North American League, you name it. All these 9 different regions. And they ultimately played throughout the entire year in different tournaments, trying to get more and more spots for their, for the region to play in the finals. Unfortunately, for the Latin American region, they only got away with 2. One is going to be in this tournament, another one is going to be in an upcoming tournament, and therefore we only get to allocate 1 seat. I'm actually kind of interested in had they got 1 more seat, which tournament would have gotten that? Because they obviously couldn't give 1.5 seed each.
Yeah, no.
So either this one would have given 2 or the other one would have given 2. I don't know how that would work. Maybe it's the team that qualified through either one or the other. So the one team that qualified for this one would get it. I don't know. In any case, it didn't happen, so it doesn't really matter too much. But nonetheless, they are going to play in the start to mid of November. I guess you can start. It's actually over 2.5 weeks, so it's pretty long tournament in California, in America. So whichever teams wins this tournament in 2 weeks will be flying to California. and play the group stages first in Los Angeles, and then hopefully if they make it through, because there are 32 teams going from all over the world, hopefully if they make it way through, they'll be also going to Oakland for the grand finals, and that's pretty insane. I think I've heard some rumors about a $2 million prize pool.
Yeah, I mean I think I'm pretty sure it's public information, right? With the 2 million,
and then
I think
there's
25% from the skins.
Oh, from the sales. $2 million minimum prize pool. Minimum. That's where it starts. And then they have all these skins that come into the picture. And if the more skins we buy, the more money the players get.
So buy skins.
So buy skins. Get pretty. Be pretty in game. No, but and then that's insane.
Yeah. That's
to go from because the funny thing about these tournaments is everyone can join. I mean, technically, back in the day, in all these regions, everybody had even odds. Yes, some might get invited to a qualifier later in along the way, and some, in the European case, got invited straight to the league. But they still had to fight for their spot. I mean, it was still open for anyone to go and take the spot away from them. Then they were just that good. I mean, there was a reason they got invited to begin with. Yeah. So they were good enough to get to stay. But overall, it could have been us, HayZ. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what?
It could have been us.
We could be winning $2 million.
I could be on the Black Dragons team. Hola, ¿cómo estás? And that's all my communication in the game.
Una
I don't even know.
Persona aquí.
Persona aquí.
Rock. Shoot. Yeah.
No, you know how you say shoot?
Yapish.
Yapish. That's how you say shoot now. It's not. We offending people on a daily basis.
Sorry.
Here. That's production.
I don't know Portuguese.
Not told me anything, so I just came up with it myself. Dispara. Some people tell me that's to shoot something.
Oh, okay.
If it's not, then it was production that told me, and I just got tricked into saying nasty words. I hope I didn't, because I don't. My what do you call it? My vocabulary on all the naughty words in Spanish or Portuguese are not that big. So I don't know. In any case, I wouldn't mind playing with them.
Yeah,
they did put up something good. Like, one of the players I really want to highlight. He might not have been the flashiest in terms of kills yesterday, but you could clearly tell what his role was FaZe.
Yeah,
from Black Dragons. The way that he played, he was oftentimes not the front, right? He wouldn't be the first one to get into the engagement, but he would be the one that was kind of on his own. So while you had the front line in one spot, he would never be the one over-aggressing, but he would be the one on the side trying to make sure that they couldn't get around this tree, or they couldn't try and backstab your team from a certain angle. And you could just tell the way that he was playing, whenever he peeked over, if he only saw one guy, he'd keep shooting. If he spots two, give the info to your team, back off, hold that angle closer to at least one of your teammates, so if you have to take the fight again, it's a 2v2. Like, he never, ever overstepped, and I think that's a very difficult thing not to do.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the multiple times kind of back off from fights that they were poking at. They never committed. They just poked at teams and people. If they got a few knocks, then sure, commit. You know, like it's your advantage. You're 4v2. Why not? But it was really impressive to see. That team is a team that I've kind of taken a shine to, in a sense. I feel like they're really strong. I mean, obviously they're winning right now, so we'll see how it goes. But
he only likes the winners. He's that type of person.
But game.
That's game. We're live, guys. Game number 7 in this 36-game tournament. Of course, I said it just before, but I'll gladly mention it again. First place not only gets a good chunk of the prize pool of $50,000, but they also grab themselves a seat in a plane, not this one hopefully, but in a plane towards California to play in the PGC. Now, yesterday, we looked at Danny immediately and we said, oh, if you get the circle, I'm sure Furious will win. He got the circle and Furious won. So we'll see now if he get to do that twice. I know that I think it was NPL, the only region that plays 2 Sanhok games per day. They played 4 games in a weekend, and 3 of them went to the Northwest Island. Yeah. And for the sake of these guys not playing that many Sanhok games, I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I really hope it doesn't, because it's one of those circles where you just can't really. Excuse me. The M16 tap fire, Hippo.
No, that was.
See you later. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Just whoosh out the sky. It's wow.
That's the biggest slap at a distance. Oh, take that 2x next time. And also, Iron Sights.
That's impressive.
It's been a long time, a very long time since I've actually. I mean, I see a ton of people shoot in the sky at planes, at people parachuting all the time. Ooh. But I rarely ever see someone succeed. Oh my God, he's baiting it.
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean,
go
it's
rest him.
a
You
good
want to
play.
rest
I
him,
don't
right?
think you know, he's behind the rock though. The knocker's behind the rock, so
He has a weapon.
RDS he does. I didn't quite see what weapon it was.
Repo is committing to this one hard.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Got a helmet either. This could be rough. He hasn't hit any
Repo,
shots.
bullets, hello, 28 of its kind. I don't think he has a spare weapon, and this is what we're talking about, being in the open. Look at Repo's position. You better land these shots right now, Repo, because you are all by yourself, and you have no cover.
And they both have M16s as well.
No meds or nothing. They're both way too early in the game to take this fight.
Hindsight's on RDS though. I mean, he's got a lot of more ammo. It just depends
He's looking
on
for the guy knocked.
if they hit the headshots.
He wants to secure the point at least. But
Yeah.
HayZ is playing this one smart, to be honest, making sure to stay at an angle from which you can't see him.
I mean, I think Ribo's playing a bit smarter though. He's not even peeking RDS. Oh, actually, one
teammate
poach.
underneath.
Ah. He does get the kill though onto Hippo.
Oh, he did go down. Okay,
so
that's
yeah,
he
he spent enough time wasting essentially to get the kill, but does get killed himself.
And this is actually kind of fun for a few reasons. A, I sent out a tweet today that was somewhat relevant to the situation we just saw.
Yeah, you're right.
And B, he kind of did exactly what I wanted, like what my purpose of doing that tweet was. That committing to getting the flush, because getting the guy out of the air is a very difficult thing to begin with, but it's not always like he could have been much further away on other maps than this guy was. Now it was fortunate that he was kind of close, so he could have just run over and flushed him and get away under other circumstances. But if you knock a guy in the air who is maybe 200, 300 meters away, and do you then value that because A, he's probably closer towards his teammates than he is towards yours, and B, do you value getting that flush, that 1 point over, well, trying to get loot, and also at the danger of, well, potentially, like we saw now, getting killed yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, his teammates are in boot camp, but he was pretty far away, wasn't he? Just over. I mean, nearly, I guess, more than half a kilometer east of their teammates. So I mean, I feel like it was too far away from his team. Although I mean, he did get the point, so it's fair enough.
Yeah.
So a 1-for-1 trade in a sense.
I think he was expecting to get that done with a little faster than what actually. Like they ended up stalling for a while, and of course, as we just said, I mean, he was way too far away from his teammates to be able to help out. And unfortunately, the guy that he knocked teammates were just around the corner.
It just got stuck, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not easy at all. But the circle has gone east. We didn't really talk too much about it, but that's because there's not that much to talk about. I think I saw a statistic halfway through the phase that across 6 different, or was it 4 different Pro League regions, all the regions, of course, playing Senok these days, that I think it was 62% of games had gone to the Eastern Island. So it's not, I mean, no matter where on the Eastern Island it is, it's not a big surprise when it does go here, because landmass-wise on its own, I mean, there's a much bigger chance. Pams, do you see something that we didn't?
I think it's just foreign, so just get
warming
away.
up, you know. It's like in-game stretching.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Finger stretching.
Uh-oh, Lawrence Sid. Yapish just behind him.
Yeah.
Well, Technos coming in to sandwich. This could be interesting. Although I don't think he knows. They have no idea, actually.
Technos started out yesterday as well. Technos was the first player yesterday on Sanok to get killed. And now in all fairness, he's the 3rd now. But that's just not the way you want to start the day. I mean, oh, well, hi, Technos, welcome. You're now going to be waiting a half hour until you're playing again.
That's so bad, because you're just not warmed up, are you? Lawrence that's trying to run away.
I mean, if you're committed to disengaging, you better put that weapon away.
Yeah, exactly.
And fortunately, Harold and Ragnar didn't see him.
Yeah, as I was saying, like, you're in a break of about 30 minutes, so what are you going to do there? I mean, I guess you could leave the game and like warm up, but you don't want to leave the game because you want to help your teammates out and spotting and stuff like that. So
I mean, they are playing on the event server, so I guess technically you can open up the regular PUBG client and go training mode at the same time. But then again, as you just said, I mean, it is a pretty damn important tournament. I'd rather have that extra set of eyes to look around, like even though he's technically looking at the same screen from spectating his teammates while that they are. We all know for a fact that. I mean, even viewers will sometimes see something. Even we will sometimes see something that the players don't, because their eyes aren't always where their crosshair is. There are so many things to look for, and you know it as a player. Maybe you can go more in depth.
No, I mean, yeah. As you said, like I think usually the players' perspective, they're usually not looking at their peripheral vision. They're usually looking at the crosshair and what's in the middle of their screen. Quite similar to what CS:GO is, and it's quite sort of linear, whereas your teammates could, your dead teammates that spectate you could be looking on the edges of your screen, spotting out different players, or even like a player in a bush that is, the other player might not have spotted. Speaking of bushes.
Yeah, there you go. That's a little Chewbacca.
Yeah.
You know how we have like the Yeti, but that's kind of combined with the winter.
Yeah.
This is like the summer Yeti, the bounty Yeti.
Yeah,
It's like the Yeti, the bounty Yeti skin.
Don't we
for
have
the Yeti.
a white ghillie suit on?
Yeah, exactly. On the Vikendi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Yeti suit, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then this is like the summer Yeti skin. That's whenever the Yeti goes on a summer break.
At least have flowers on it. I think.
Then whenever he goes to Buenos Aires to enjoy the summer, then he brings the summer Yeti skin.
Yeah.
Or like how animals have winter fur and summer fur. Yeah, that's
that.
Yep.
Sorted.
I'll get scared. I would be scared if I got green during the summer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Hulk does, but that's not
That's-
only
that's
during
Hulk.
summer.
That's not normal people.
Yeah, I'm not Hulk. I just realized that. Oh.
But oh Jesus. I mean,
or Miramar Hulk
All right.
Jesus. Yeah, exactly. He's also kind of green, but that's all year round for him. I feel kind of bad. Maybe you should go see a doctor whenever he gets off that stick. In any case, Black Dragons, well, they have found themselves an engagement, and we praised them yesterday for their up-close ability to engage and disengage fights. But I don't know, there's something about Sanok to me that... I think what they played well doing yesterday was that they disengaged when they had to. It's not always that easy to disengage when you're on Sanok, because you can see already now, I mean, even though there are only 2 players alive, we have the team of TGM close by, we have FRC close by as well, and if they try to disengage from a prone tag fight, they might be running into other teams.
Yeah. I mean, if you try and disengage in Sanok, it's there's going to be a team somewhere close to you as you disengage when when you back off. So looks like they've backed off to a compound though. Looks like Burke found this one previously, so they're going to just sit there and wait. And the circle, I mean, what? I don't think we mentioned the phase 2 circles. It shifted directly center, essentially. So
It did go rather center. I mean, it excluded a little bit of land and boot camp and that stuff on the western side. But the thing is that the third circle, as opposed to on Erangel and Miramar, the third circle has to go away from water, where it's normally the fourth. So, of course, Lakawi is most likely not going to be a spot we're seeing anymore. But because there's so little water, it's only far out east. I mean, there's still plenty of options for the circle to go. Into different spots. Oh. Can I call him Hank?
Hank.
Hank 1? HNK, Hank 1.
Hankoni.
Hankoni?
Hinkoni. Is that his name?
Hankoni?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, no, he's just popping off some shots at Black Dragons at the compound. Not connecting anything, really.
We're allowed to be creative with names until we're told otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Harold, he's going to have to embrace the bush woogie full on, because there's a whole team of Space Monkeys pushing in, but despite getting a headshot on towards Dream Rust, he returned with 2, and that's going to be Rippo and Harold down. And I just noticed they only connected with 3 players, too. So, Japish, despite getting the first kill of the game, are down to 1 player.
That's unfortunate. Ragnar's got to put his tail between his legs and back away down the hill, just south.
And it really is unfortunate because, I mean, despite... let's just hold that thought for a second. Coffee break. Rafa is making his way forward. They as well had themselves a win. It was in Miramar yesterday, and you can see that, well, a knock came in from somewhere. Not sure if they got the knock initially, but they are full-on committed to this, and they sure are doing damage.
Yeah, Rafa not doing much so far, but I mean, his teammates are picking up all the kills. Looks like Cassin, the flush out. Nicoletti gets a knock onto Bozo. Ganjahan's a bit low health as well. He's just healed up. Flush comes out.
Full-on clean. Whenever someone takes damage, the other ones are there to step in for them. But Ganjahan was the hero of last night, late last night's games. He pulled off that insane 1v3. This time around, though, I'm sorry, Ganjahan, but I don't think you're going to get out of here alive.
Oh, third party coming in from Capitan, though. Nicoletti getting tagged up. There we go. Okay, so they finish it off. Yeah, Gaming out in 16th. Ganjahan going down. Nothing you can do there.
Important that they deal with them fast, too, because you can kind of see that the guys from below, they were considering, like Cream, they were considering pushing up in that direction. But I think them seeing that the fight was over this early made that, you know what, nah, they're going to get the rest. They're going to be ready for us. Do we really want to take the fight this early? Probably not.
Yeah, it's when it's... actually, Rana gets another knock onto Cassin. Is that
now
that's
they
the same
might want
knock,
to reconsider
isn't it, right?
Yeah, now they might want to consider going. But at the same time, it's a run uphill for them on the backside of the circle. It's, I mean... It's good to, believe me, it's really, really good to clear your side of the circle, especially on Sanok, because you can see right now, if we take the middle point, which is somewhere in between FRC and Black Dragons, and cut it like in half, there are 3 teams on the northern side or make that 4, which means we have 11 teams down south.
Yeah.
And we also have Quarry there, which people don't want to go into. So there's so much terrain on the southern side with people on the west and north. There's so much room for everyone. But then again, I mean, it's also very open around Bahan and that whole area.
Yeah, I mean, there is a road going straight through the middle as well, so it's that's gonna make it even worse for teams that they're not sure what side to commit to.
I like this play. Flux holds the angle. Rachi pushes up close. Quick has nothing to do there.
Yeah, Quick instantly getting taken out and flushed. Flux taking more shots at Pomme as he backs off. He's got to heal up though. I mean, it seems like everyone takes fights with like 75 HP. Just like they just don't have time to boost at all.
People don't have boosters.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't found any. It's always interesting. I heard from some European pro players that they said that smokes were really hard to come by on. And I think you told me that at some point as well. I mean, the smokes apparently aren't that easy to get. So they can have nades, they can have flashbangs for days, but smokes on Sanhok apparently it's not really the easiest thing to come by. Important damage done by Furrier too, because you can see where they are on the southeast side of the map, and they kind of need to deal with Singularity if they want to get in here, because wrapping around on the eastern side, that's not exactly going to be easy.
No, exactly. They have to push into the compound. They know they're obviously one man up. People's picking up Quick, so some shots come out from Pomme though. Just nothing really comes of it. They just have to sit in the compound and wait for them to push into their line of sight.
Question is though for Singularity. I mean, I think the worst thing that could happen for them was that they allow for Furrier to get around them. They cannot allow them to get the inside of them. They have to be able to have a disengage opportunity towards wherever this next circle goes. So keep them out on the edge. And then try and see if you can make a play despite only being 3 alive. Logan pushing in toward Protagon's compounds. Youngkush firing off towards some Brilliance that go down before, and they're disengaging against smart play.
Yeah,
ooh,
really smart.
Not with the nade.
Oh, yeah, connects a nade. Is that underneath the... Oh, no, that's just to the right...
the side of the building.
Left to the side of the building, yeah. So Logan goes down. He's close to getting flushed out. So that...
And he gets a Molotov.
Molotov didn't quite get into the window. I mean, there's no one in there anyway, so it's a wasted one. Not that he knows it.
I think he wanted to throw it. It is kind of effective. Like you see that it was kind of thrown over towards the door. That nade bounces off the roof. It actually gets him down. I didn't think that angle was going to be good, but I guess look at this. They're bouncing them off the roof. That's some creative utility use.
Yeah, Cream's got to back off. I mean, it's still a 3v3, so it still can happen. It's still an even playing field essentially. I say even, but they have the compound, so not so even as I originally thought.
This exact circle we've seen in other regions on multiple occasions. That's the only thing that is getting a little confusing these days. That we're seeing a lot of repetitive circles. And of course, it's always interesting to see how teams play them differently. But Faiska, well, he's in for a tough one because his entire team just pulled up on him.
Yeah, you got Redemption pulling up the whole squad in 2 vehicles each.
They might want to cross over. To be honest.
It might be. I mean, it might be that because it's going to shrink over to the other side. Well, I mean, you think it would anyway. So
yeah, I think they'd be better off just saying, you know what, Redemption, you can sit on the east side of the road. We'll just run back over towards Kill Demo and Tardix, and then play it from over there. I think that would be the safer play, but at the same time, I don't know if Berg and Faiska can actually get over there. But they do run through the building and disengage across. Faiska, he's been spotted. Fortunately, that little extra house blocks their vision. He's able to get away.
Yeah, good stuff by BD to get out of there. RDP take it over for the moment though. They'll have to cross over. We'll see how that works out later on in the game.
Coffee Break and Furious, they're still fighting. It's down around the area of Bahan. We should probably jump on down there and see what's going on, because we've missed a lot of kills in that area. It's a fight that's just been, I mean, it's been absolutely crazy and it's a really tough area to fight. And unfortunately, Coffee Break, they do get eliminated, but a really, really difficult area to really do anything from it. And now G as well trying to hold off here. No walk. Mechanica pushing in towards me. You can see the kill feed now. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, the kill feed's lighting up with tons of knocks and kills. Vinny getting tagged up from Team Mechanica. Noah peeking on the left side. Gets a knock onto Ivan. Oh, Letty, sorry. Ivan is also knocked by someone else as well.
Yeah, McKenna will go down. Noah and Noah needs to move further forward. You can see on the eastern side, Singularity under fire. Panda ends up taking himself out with a nade. He was knocked to begin with, so that's probably the damage done there. Only 2 kills for Singularity. Look at the damage this phase 5 is doing. I'm sorry, Logix, you are dead.
Yeah, that's 6 damage per tick there. Oh, actually, it looks it looks like Hewing got the kill as well.
Just finds one before he's gonna go down too. That was a good little extra pickup of a single point. Of course, we've seen how many times that 1 point could be the difference maker. So gotta keep that in mind coming into the final couple of games of the tournament. Sego, nade thrown forward. That should be a knock on a play that was just rest. Nope, goes a bit too far.
Yeah, bit too far indeed. Long approach, healed up, ready to go. I mean, they're in this little small shack there. They are closer to the circle than Red Canids, but
yeah, they
again,
might just be inside too.
Oh, actually, looks like Vinny gets the knock onto Rusty's there. Ragnar's just below them as well.
He's been sitting and listening to all these fights escalating all around him for the last couple of minutes. I think he's trying to avoid them, but at the same time, he's kind of running into a full team.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more he could do. There's so many teams on the south side. He has to run into one of them at least. Looks like he's prone. Just see on the left side there. Vinny doesn't know.
I mean, there's no way he would see that.
No.
It's like 1 pixel animation that there's so much, like so many other moving things.
Oh, he actually takes the shots. Knocks down Vinny. Lots of shots come out from Mayo as well. Flushes. Looks like he might just try and either heal up or die to the blue.
You're dead. You're dead, Ragnar.
Can he do it? Yeah. There we go.
Not going to happen. It takes too long. That's another thing. You have to know these timers in blue circles. You know what phase it is. You can see it when it's closing, and you have to be able to count it, whether you can make that or not. Rasper runs in. Got himself the first. Couldn't get the second. He's going to get flushed. Now Seiko is trying to push. He does have a teammate nearby. And he's pushing in. Not able to get him. Where's that teammate? Andy comes in, but that's way too late. You just lost your mate.
You just lost two teammates.
A huge misplay. They were 3v2. They got the first knock, technically making it a 3v1, and now Andy's by himself.
Yeah, Lorison coming in with a nade just to finish off. Just to, maybe not. I lied.
I lied. He failed. Yeah. Oh, failed again.
Oh, this nade actually pushed out the door there. He threw it out the window, underhanded. 34 HP on Lawrence.
Oh, he just wants to destroy the door. That's why.
Oh, Andy gets the knock. The nade comes in. Oh my lord! This is all sorts of a mess for TGM here. They've pushed on it. They've fluffed their nades. They just can't quite flush out Andy.
One thing that's working for them though, despite having lost 2 players earlier, is that Brutus is actually here today. So yesterday they played with 3 players, I believe, the entire tournament. At least now we have Brutus here in the mix. And ooh, that's duh. He's gonna be able to find the guy that was causing some distress on their side of things. And now Space Monkeys on the western side, they didn't get a win yesterday, but they had some very, very good moments in that game too. And this was part of it, them being able to stay alive until late and then take the fights.
Yeah, that was a huge flick onto Duh. That actually gets the headshot onto him, but Duh does get the knock. So he's got to heal up. Space Monkeys stopped in their approach just for now. That need not close. Oh,
He was under half HP.
Excuse me?
I mean, it was under half HP.
Yeah, still, I mean, I thought that would have done like a bit of damage.
It had a little bit of distance to it.
Okay,
It's
fair
Nates.
enough.
Don't question Nates in PUBG.
Yeah, well,
Just
fair enough.
let them do their explosions.
Sometimes,
and then
sometimes
get
they just surprise me.
I think I see more Nates that surprise me than Nates that don't.
Yeah.
No disrespect intended. Just always hard to know what's gonna happen when we see them in the air. Also because camera angles can sometimes fool you a little bit. You think that, oh my god, it exploded right on top of him, and then when you see the tracer a second later, you're like, oh wait, it was actually a couple of meters away from him. Runner, he's at a distance. Tardex and Black Dragons, well, I mean, they probably have to leave this compound at some point soon. You can see Redemption, they want to cross here, but that ain't gonna be easy. Especially not when they're all dead.
Then they just come in. I mean, it's like a third-party fiesta there for Redemption. They can't do much about it. Black Dragons with the compound still. They're actually still inside the circle just about.
Just exactly. Wow.
So, I mean, Cream have got to move over the road as well. Let's hope they have some smoke. Looks like Nable's got one.
That's a way to start. And they get the knock onto Berg. They should move right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Knowing you have a knock, that's one player dedicated to rezzing. That's one player dedicated to holding while he's rezzing. And then you only potentially have one guy shooting while 3 guys are moving. That's a very smart knock, very good and needed knock. And they move exactly when they had to.
Yeah, this is such a steep hill they're going up here. Space Monkeys have all the high ground. That nade does a lot of damage.
Off? Like it bounced off the tree over towards him. I think it was more luck than skill. I think he wanted to throw it down towards the building. But
yeah, I don't think they know that Killed Demo was as close.
Oh, no, not at all.
I'm surprised that Cream pushing over didn't actually spot Killed Demo.
Ooh, 2 of these teams we saw yesterday really do well. We haven't really seen too much from Cream, I feel like, on the first day. But then again, we also talked about how some teams thrive in that first day kind of chaos where nobody really knows what's going to happen. And then some teams, they when they get a chance to kind of establish themselves within a group, that's when they really start racking up points. So maybe Cream is one of those teams we have to look out for today.
Yeah, Black Dragons pushing around. We've seen them do this multiple times yesterday. Just push up and around and surprise the team on top. Space Monkeys looking pretty vulnerable right now, it seems.
Make your way forward. Trancoso goes down. And at the same time, Runner gets a knock on the backside. That was horrible for the Space Monkeys. Now they're starting to fall apart, and they're getting pushed from both sides.
Yeah, Brick gets the flush. And Space Monkeys are out, third place for them. So it's only Cream left alive. Looks like a 3v2.
Make that a 3v1. Let's... One... Oh, no, that's his teammates. Yeah. Yeah, it is. See him pushing around the side. Ooh. Now Faiska has gone down just before Nebel is going to be out as well. So now it's just Capitan. He is, I mean, I assume, the leader on the team. What can you do here, though? 1v4. I don't want to call it I count you out, mate, but I think I'm easy. Wow, we got eat my words.
Oh, there we go.
He does go down, but
finally.
He made that scary for a second. We did talk about yesterday, though. And actually, we talked about it kind of 25 minutes ago. Yeah. How we expected there to be a team to reach their second game win by the time we were finished today. Oh, we didn't have to wait very long because Black Dragons, they got themselves a victory to start off the day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did kind of say that Black Dragons, their approach to backing off the team fights and stuff like that might not necessarily work on Sanak, but I mean, it seems to work pretty fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously got the compound which worked out for them, but again, it's how they manage to go away from fights because I don't think they have an urge to say, oh, well, every win we get, we need to get X amount of kills. It's just they disengage. We saw them up in the open field. They ran away. They get down to the compound. They get breached by Redemption. They back away. Yeah. They say, you know what? We will give you room as long as we have something to back away to. And I think that's the key element in all of this because if you're constantly pushing and pushing and pushing and letting teams come in from behind you as well, you get screwed if you try to run away. But they were constantly aware of their surroundings enough so that they can say, we only aggress when we have somewhere to go back to. And I think that was, well, pretty much what gave them the win.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's just like having that anchor point within the circle and just so that you have that hard cover, have a compound that you can back off to.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, if you commit to a fight and then there's nowhere to back off to, it's like you, and then you get third partied on the back because obviously it's Sanok, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Capitan made it seem a little scary for a second there for Black Dragons, but in the end, they managed to get themselves the win. What more they can get, though, we'll have to wait and see. We'll be back just after the break. Black Dragons secure themselves their second win of the tournament so far. And I was actually doing the game going to say that looking at how their stealth win was yesterday and the terrain they were kind of moving around in here, kind of made sense that they would also win a Sanok game, right? Because the way they maneuvered Sanok, using all the ridges to move back and forth, always having control of your higher terrain and looking down at the lower at the same time. I mean, here there wasn't too much lower because they were kind of in the compound. But really working well with the ridge lines and stuff like that, they did the exact same thing here. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, they sort of pushed up from their compound, right? But they kind of used the exact same, I guess, approach to what they did on the Star Wars game to kind of win it. They pushed up and around and just completely wiped that. You know, I forget. I think it was actually No that was on top on the Star Wars game, and they pushed up and around and kind of just like took out 3, and then I think it was a 1 solo on the western side.
Yeah, they were all chilling out.
They just cleaned it, and that was that was
their
yeah.
I would say interesting game. And also this one, I mean, they wanted to shoot up the hill from the compound, you could tell, but they were constantly aware of the fact that there was 4 guys sitting over on the other side. So every time you're peeking up, you have to make sure, like, kind of peripherally, as you said, you're never exposed to those windows. Because I've done it a million times. But I go, oh, I'm going to peek out this window. And then I leave myself, like, I forget that there's more windows in the building. And then I'm super exposed to something behind me. And I get shot. I was like, wait, oh my God, there's a window over there too. I forgot about that.
So you just get like a tag, like a K98 headshot just comes straight in. You're like, oh. There's the window
he
there.
could see me, yep. But of course that is the case sometimes. And I think we're moving over to a map now where that does happen quite often. Because there are those buildings on Miramar where windows don't tend to always be in the places you want them to on certain buildings. And sometimes you have all the great windows, but you can't see anything.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's tons of buildings that just don't have any windows on one side of the building.
Exactly,
So
it's just completely blocked off.
But I mean, I think that balances out the some of the buildings.
Say that some of those buildings would also be extremely overpowered if you could jump out on all sides. I think we're both talking specifically about the 2-story buildings with the stairs up in the middle.
Yeah.
If you could shoot out the side of those two, or do you mean not even shoot necessarily, just be able to jump out there and get away in that fashion? That would be that would make those buildings.
Yeah, but I mean, then you can also get nades. I mean, you get nades in the ends anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But it's sort of at a move of like getting out of it as well. You know, if you're getting pushed up the stairs, you can jump out and then come around. But
they also just places where those compounds have been put that would make like the vision they would grant so absurdly insane. But now let's see last game, just exactly how it went down for those of you guys who might have had to see it. Black Dragons, well, they didn't only win the game and get 10 points, they also secured the most kills, something that doesn't always go hand in hand, especially not on setup. And then we have Cream. I hadn't really seen too much from them yesterday, but good to see them up there in second place.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to see them up there. Space Monkeys as well. Not one that we've really seen too much. Although only 8 points, so 3 kills. They had that top of the hill, but then just got completely kind of battered by Black Dragons as they pushed up on the south.
They were the ones passive, not wanting to engage, and they got pushed by 2 teams at the same time. And well, Jabbers, despite not having the best game to start off the day today, I think they only got 2 points. They still sit in 4th. Black Dragons, though, have made that lead they had just before for a couple of points even bigger now. 44 kills, only 1 ahead of Furia, but they do have almost twice the placement points.
Exactly, and obviously Team Singularity, team that we would hope would think would do slightly better. Still over on the right side of the board.
We'll see. I give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they're going to finish today in I guess you can say the left side of the leaderboard. We'll see. We'll see what they can put together. Space Monkeys, again, we talked about this yesterday, how they would just jump out early. I mean, we haven't had... Okay, this is actually kind of fun. We have not had a single Miramar plane that came in from the north.
No,
so far.
have we not?
Because we had the one that came over Port Paraíso. That was the first one where we said, oh, they jump immediately. Then we had one of those Hijos where they jumped out immediately. And then we had, I think the last one was from Southwest. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty certain the last plane of yesterday was from the Southwest side.
It's not something I can remember really. But yeah, no, I'll trust you.
You're an analyst. Come on, HayZ.
I didn't go to Yemen.
Everything. You can't go to Yemen. That's true. Then I have to take it on the plane, and then we all laugh and say, you're only human after all. And then the people who don't watch Twitch too often, they'll be super confused.
Yeah, like, what? These guys are weird.
Or we could talk about Top Gear. But then the weird thing is that that the Latin American commercials are probably super different. Yeah, so they never understand what we say. So, we're going to stop referencing commercials that we see in Europe. But in any case, one thing that we can reference is the... circle. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a circle.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm looking at one specific place here. Actually, it's kind of 3 specific
Yeah, I'm looking
places.
at Campo Militar. Looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it is pretty good looking. I'm looking at Hulk Jesus. Thank you guys observing for catching that one. These islands. The only reason, because I as much as I think that could be fun, I would hate it. I just kind of have to get it off my bucket list. I've never casted a game that ended on the islands. And the South Islands, no, I don't think Los Hijos counts because it's such a big landmass in comparison. I have never casted a game that goes out to those godforsaken islands. And who knows? This game, I think we will know pretty much guaranteed within the next circle whether it's going to go there or not.
Yeah.
I mean, we might not know if it's going to go there, but we're for sure going to know if it won't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it actually has to center on the second circle on those islands. Or
it could do
it's
it
either
on
second
the
or third. Okay.
Yeah, it can do it it can do it like center on the third and then shift over there on the fourth because that's
it has to.
It has to go from water. I think had we had the same land ratio system here that we do in Sanok, it would have been like completely different ball game because. I mean,
it would have to go.
They have to go away all the time
Yeah.
immediately, so that would never happen. But I'm looking at them, and I'm also kind of curious to see if a team like maybe Space Monkeys, maybe maybe even Redemption up north in the Sahara. I mean, we have seen teams before that take that far, far eastern compound out there, because there is actually a boat spawn up in that little bay you have up north of those islands. There's a little boat spawn up there. So either them or maybe Space Monkeys, because they don't really need to rush center in this circle, Space Monkeys, to get anything. And you might value those boats over a center spot, just in case, on the off chance that the circle should go to the islands.
Yeah, and
There's your boat.
I have seen a lot of teams sort of send one guy with a boat over to the island, and then have a few guys with another boat sort of around where the center circle is right now. It's just towards like the eastern side of Impala. And just sort of stay there, sit there, or like have a compound towards the coast with a boat ready to go.
Literally an anchor point.
Yeah, essentially. So you have one guy on the island, and then the other three.
It was a boat, so it was an anchor.
Ha! Nice.
I just heard you guys. I heard you use that phrase a couple of times, like anchor point.
Yeah,
that's like the ultimate definition of having an anchor point.
Yeah,
when you have
with boats.
Yep. Singularity, they are on their rotation on in. There's still some of the teams. I mean, when we look over towards TGM and even Black Dragons looting up in the power grid, they're not seemingly not really in a hurry. But believe me, oh, that's a rock. Believe me, should the circle go east, they are going to be in all kinds of a hurry if they want to have any chance of getting there. That might, of course, not even be on their agenda.
Again? Duh?
Duh.
Again,
yes.
That's Russian for yes, right?
See, claro.
But low kicks taking a few shots at one of the prone Dragon players. That's an interesting parking job there. Wow. That's impressive, actually.
He needed to fix the wheels. And now they're fixed.
Yeah, he needs. Yeah.
It's like when you play Grand Theft Auto, you don't always see the mechanic fix it. It just kind of happens on its own. And then in this case, they fixed it while he was in the shop buying bullets.
Exactly. Oh, Pommet. Wait, are they going to pull up? Oh, here we go.
Not intentionally, I think. Oh, no. He flipped.
I think that was the... it looks like he's still going. Oh, maybe not. He's spinning around. I can see the minimap. He's spinning around, yeah.
But there are only two guys there. Drone Tiger with G, Junkosh and DT. So on your left-hand corner, they have those steering wheels logos on, which means they are indeed not by their teammates just yet. And I think Necro and the Relans, they need to either, agree on getting the hell away from here or try and hold off, because as you can see, DT's on his teammate, they are actually coming in, and now it's potentially Singularity. They're not gonna get themselves a little pinned here.
Yeah, Quick's coming in from behind, just behind Junkosh, but actually comes. Wow,
he
really?
Drove past. I don't think he noticed him.
No, I don't think he did. But he drove past straight into the compound here. But you've got obviously Junkosh and
I didn't see Junkosh
and Ditsor on the north side. This could be a big old sandwich. Rians gets a knock with a Panda.
Ooh, that's a tough start. It's never fun to go from being 4v4 to losing one early on, especially not when you're the sandwiched bunch.
Exactly. Pommet in the building just next to it. Actually, no, he's outside the building. There is someone else. Low kick's actually inside the building. Yeah. Does he know?
Necro is a little Necro. He's kind of just proning in the middle. Pommet finds him. It's going to go down. Not a whole lot more he could do in this situation. Looking over on the other side, Locus gets found as well. So it's a trade 1-for-1 so far. They did get the flush in though on the Singularity side, so it's a guaranteed 4v3. In terms of that, at least for now. Let's look up towards the hill. Some of the guys up there. Relans and DT so find one each. This is not looking good for Singularity.
Double insta flush there. Singularity only 2 up. One up, and he's got to res. Oh, doesn't get the flush. Pommet's got to res pretty quick. Low kicks. trying
Second
to
knock,
get
I
his
think.
help.
Too.
Yeah,
You gotta get him back up real quickly. You can see Relans. They know exactly. There's limited how fast he can crawl now. Japish, Repo, the former teammate, is coming to the rescue of his old Singularity squadron.
Yeah, squads out the player. Ooh. Big knock from Pommet there. Flushes it too. Can I get another one?
Locus was found. He never got the rest up on towards him. That's a pan, and that's a flush. And Singularity, I guess we kind of jinxed them. We did talk about them quite a bit coming into the game.
Sorry. To be fair, they did kind of put themselves in a situation by completely sending it into that compound.
Yeah,
it's a bit early. To be honest with you.
That's one thing, and it was also just one of those situations where they could probably gotten away. To be honest, the bike flew across, actually made it out from there, and could probably have continued. And the vehicles hadn't gone down from the road just yet, so they could maybe have stuck up there. But of course, I mean, it's a kind of chaotic moment, and if they realized, like very quickly, there was only 1 or 2 people in the compound, and they wanted to aggress, they just didn't have a chance to really pull up, like actually engage the compound quick enough.
Yeah. I mean, you can't give them the opportunity to regroup and for their teammates to come and help. You've also got to. You can't give them the. Yeah, there we go. So the tire was out.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Smoking as well.
In all fairness, though, I mean, for Junkush and for, I believe it was Relans, they were holding off pretty well. I mean, they were doing everything exactly they had to. Shoot if shot at, but most importantly, buy time. I mean, wait for those teammates to come help you. Don't over-aggress. Don't do something stupid, because you're outnumbered for now. So just stay alive. Wait for your teammates to get in.
100%. I mean, they got the first knock too anyway. Nebel.
It's a small thing, Nebel, but whenever you have 6 bullets left, and I mean, the time you spend reloading, believe me, those 6 bullets could be the difference maker.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, a headshot coming onto Rafa. Logan's going to push this.
He did.
There we go. Dead as a doornail.
As a what?
As a doornail. It's a thing.
A door nail?
Yes.
Like a nail on a finger, but on a
door?
door?
No, a door nail, like a hammer at the nail.
That's a circle that went away from water. I wasn't going to talk about it, because maybe if I just ignored it for long enough, it was going to go back out to the islands. But unfortunately, that's not the case now. It is going to go north, though. And as you can see, if you have any vision on the map as a viewer, there is a ton of players.
Wow, yeah.
South of that middle road going from Minas over towards, well, kind of towards the water. There's so many players south right now. It's absurd.
Yeah, it seems like everyone that was in the center, I guess north center of the circle, and now everyone, they're all good, and everyone that's coming from the south is still coming from the south. No one's choosing to long rotate. Although actually, Black Dragons are doing the long rotation up and around the western side, just through Minas.
About it. What? Shoot? Hello?
Suppressor.
I feel like Ribbo could have started firing bullets a lot earlier than when he actually did there. And now, coffee break, they've already taken casualties. And Casson and Osney, well, I don't think they really wanted to be in this situation, but they're kind of forced to.
Yeah, they're stuck in a shack with no room to move or any information to gather.
Yeah.
And, I mean, are they the only players alive on the team? It looks like it.
They took casualties early on. That's, of course, not the way they would have wanted to start their second game. Ganjohan, he was the name of the, as I said, I guess, the final name on people's lips after we finished the broadcast yesterday off of that crazy spin around and victory on Miramar in the final game. If you didn't get to watch it, please do go back and see it. It was very impressive. When all hope was lost, he made it work for them anyway. And we didn't really see anything else from Yagami on that day other than that insane performance there. So clearly showing us that they can. It's just a matter of, well, being able to pull it off time and time again.
And that was against Black Dragons too.
Exactly.
So, yeah, No Org actually going out in last place this game. No Org having a pretty rough game so far. Day so far.
Yeah, it hasn't been the easiest start for them whatsoever. Singularity, of course, eliminated early on in this one, taken down by Prone Tagum. And now we can see Black Dragons on the far western side. They're looking out there. They're probably trying to see what they can find on this side. Because, I mean, got to keep in mind, they came from Power Grid, went all the way south around. And then when the circle shifted north, they now had to rotate back into what's kind of uncharted territory for them.
Yeah, I take back what I just said, because I think that was a bug. No Org is still alive on the northern side there, so I just mega confused. Yeah, just a bug. Okay, never mind. It's fine. They're still alive.
Never mind. Ignore me. I'm just a caster.
Really strange.
Hyakwen is going to go down. That's going to be one of the guys from FRC down in the compound. They've kind of split this off pretty well. I mean, they're just sitting each their building, each their kind of direction to look into. Ooh, RDNX, can you make the crossing? Seems like he's at least going to get over there for now.
There's lots of smokes out. There's a tiny little valleys. I mean, there's only a smaller area you can really shoot through to actually confirm or try and confirm the kill. They're going to refresh that smoke to give them some more cover. Flux,
interesting shift.
Might be able to try and get an angle. And yeah, the shift. I mean, it's not even full circle, and it's third is shifted away.
It does go away from all the water. Now, of course, it's always interesting to see where the next one is going to go. Because I'm thinking Furia in the spot they are now, in the saloon or whatever you call that type building with the big bar downstairs and the big stairs. Big stairs upstairs. That sounds weird. But anyway.
Oh no.
Well, that's a bike that's busted without any wheels. But that's a suicide. That is now 2 converted kills.
I mean, if you look
for
at
EA Gaming.
If you look at the bar, I don't think he lost any wheels. I think he just fluffed it.
He just whoopsie.
Completely fluffed that one up. So Noah, I think the only one alive. Yes, the only one alive for No-Org.
That was the chance to make a play on EA Gaming, because they knew they were pressuring them from up here, and they said if you can just get away and maybe get into any kind of spot from where you can apply pressure, Noah might be able to get off here. But well, that didn't happen, and now Noah is kind of caught inside this compound outside the circle.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Cream pushing in onto Fureko. Knock comes out. That's runner down and flushed out. RDS is actually down as well. He is dead. So
yeah,
3 up for Fureko.
Fureko have been shooting a lot this game, I feel like, and it doesn't really show in the amount of kills they have so far. But I feel like they've been trying to apply pressure on multiple teams, because they were kind of the team in the pile when everyone started rotating north, and now a lot of teams have rotated around them, where they've decided to stick in this compound instead. Arrow still seeing only 3 guys on the Japish team. The second game today as well. That's I guess a bit of a coin toss with those bullets going in that direction, but I can respect a good long distance spray down.
Yeah, it's the pressure that counts, right? In a way, kind of.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. Don't you look at me again.
Yeah, exactly. You turn away. That's
and then
right.
He just spins around in 180, like just headshots him. Like, oh well, I guess he didn't respect my authority.
Yeah, Harold is not quite inside the circle. I mean, it looks like Ragnar and Rebo have some kind of foot inside.
Yeah, they have the dip down there.
So not too bad. I think what they're just trying to do is have one guy outside on the edge just to clear their back.
There's a lot of interesting potentials in this circle. We could go up north towards that valley point where red cannons are sitting. We could go towards Junkyard in the west, or we could go on the because pretty much from where Fury are all the way down to where Furacao is. It's just like one big downhill push. And this valley, of course, you can see it's so damn open, and teams are getting so close to each other now that using vehicles is pretty much a no-go at this point. So moving across this canyon or anything of the sort is going to be rather suicidal.
Yeah, it'll be a very short-range vehicle transition, and the circle shifts north.
There is so little to play for all these teams. I mean, look at the southern side. Just everything south of that road where Fury is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams with Redemption. Of course, Redemptions, they are inside the circle, but still, 8 teams. That's over half the teams alive have to make the crossing over that road. And then, I mean, that's not them safe yet. They still have to find something to play on the other side. Yeah. That's difficult, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the circle has shifted north. Oh, Noah actually. Noah going out to the circle. 15th place for them. But as I was saying, yeah, the circle shifted north, and then I think it was northwest, and now it's gone north again. So it's just it's rough stuff for people in the south. That's for sure.
It's PUBG.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere sits and has a that's a car road downhill. Has a server somewhere, and he's laughing, saying, "Haha, this is gonna be difficult for them." And they just lost the plug. Wait, that's a big flip.
Is he still going? That was a long slide.
Oh, ay caramba! That's not what you want to have happen. And now, well, our 2 friends in coffee break, they managed to get away from that shack, and now they're inside a compound. But they're getting pushed upon by the entirety of Furious Gaming.
Yeah, Furious Gaming. It seemed like they wanted to try and third party, but they got tagged up.
Oh, you
the angle there. Yeah, he's got to get away now.
Woo! The pressure.
Run away!
Pressure. Trying to get into safety, of course, only being 2 alive. And we just talked about it, those windows. Oh. You think you have the perfect angle, and all of a sudden you're visible. Yeah. On the backside, didn't work out for him. Osni is by himself. 0 points so far for coffee break. This ain't gonna be easy. Yeah,
definitely not got their break at all today. Osni, he's got to heal up. Just got to try and defend against this Furious Gaming. They're pushing pretty furiously, I imagine.
Yeah, one of their wins were on Miramar. So their win, the win they had, was on Miramar yesterday. So, of of course, them losing 2 players early on didn't exactly make things any easier. And I like the way that Furious is playing this one. Furious had a win to start today, actually, on Sanok. And the way they played that was very close, like similar to what they're doing right now. Constantly keeping control of their surroundings.
Yeah, that was actually the one on the northwestern island on Sanok, wasn't it? They just try to keep control as much as they could, and it really worked out. Osney out in the blue, lots of damage onto him.
He did.
Does he have any
Matter.
Meds?
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
He doesn't have any meds, so that's a full rip right there. He knows it. Unfortunate stuff.
Wah, wah. Not a whole lot more you can do there. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. Of course, that's why we don't have BO6s or BO12s. One of these teams might run into one of those in the near future. But that's of course why because teams will have games where things just, I mean, no matter how good you are, just will go against you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some of the best teams still have bad days. That's for sure.
For sure. But of course, it's about managing to seize the managing to do well in the days where you have to, I guess you can say. Doesn't matter if you get all the wins in public games whenever you, or like your warm-up games or scrims. It's these games that matter. So Circle, well, Furia, they can stick around for longer. Mechanica might want to stay on this side of the road too, just in the off chance that the next one goes south as well. But on the northern side, I mean, I'm still looking at that valley going from where Japish is down towards Furia. There's really not a whole lot to pray for. Oh, that spot. We all know where. Okay, I'm going. HayZ, what is that spot?
Which spot?
The one that the observers just marked right there. I know what it is. Do you know what it is?
Oh, is that the... Is that the Capitan spot?
But not the Capitan, it was the Captain.
No, yeah, Captain spot. Yeah, so
could you imagine Capitan getting a nade knock on that spot? That would see... Like, then there would have to be like a freaking... I don't know. What do you mark a Captain as?
Like a sort of
Captain's hat just on the ground.
A nade statue.
Or nade statue, like or unpickable nade.
Yeah.
Like it would be there, you could pick it up, like like the people that glue like the coins to the ground, like to the pavement. It's like a nade you cannot pick up. There. That'd be hilarious. And now for Rakao, only 1 kill so far, and they lost RGS earlier in the game in high power. Ooh, that's a good shot by Chikutsu.
Yeah, lots of damage onto Noran there.
Oh, that's a heal.
Well, that's an angle. Ali.
Haha, good angle.
Onto. Ooh, that's a stun right in the face. Can't see. Smoke comes out.
It's a little misleading that we don't in the observers, but I mean it's also annoying to a certain extent. But there's a little confusion that we don't get to see the like whether he's actually blind or not.
Yeah.
Now you can see Furious trying to push forward. Danny does get one. Great positioning by the guys here. There. Oh my lord! Don't jump! Don't jump! But stays alive. Danny, that was fortunate. 3 HP, managed to stay put.
Oh, the flank comes in. Long approach. He gets a knocks one and flushes him, and that's him going down anyway. So
unfortunately, Noran had to suffer and go down. Look at the amount of space they actually made after wiping that team. Had they been 4 alive here, that could have been very scary.
Yeah, that could have been a huge fight for them, that's for sure. But Mechanica still have the majority of the south side, it seems.
Yep. Space Monkeys managed to take out an entirety of Year Gaming. Unfortunately for them, not a whole lot they could do up there on the western side of the circle. And Jabbers, they've managed to make their crossing. And now we see 3 Nagato men. Well, they're on this western side too, and they have Drone Tag and up in front trying to hold them off.
Lots of shots from Technosh out here onto DT Zora. He's got to. I mean, I think they're still trying to hold out Black Dragons. Just on the on this south side, but getting third pied by TGM.
The amount of teams on the western side here, and it's shifted out east again.
Is he nading his teammate? He just naded his teammate. That's not what you want, mate.
Wait, what?
DT's will just throw a nade at Junkush. Yeah. Don't ask.
Sometimes it can be a little difficult. Your backpack is pretty big, you know. Yeah. You get a nade up, you get a smoke up. Don't always know what you're throwing. Find some different keys, guys. Helpful. Black Dragons, why engage early when you can engage late? Boom, boom, boom. Prone tag him down. Oh my lord, 1 nade here.
Oh no.
1 nade.
3 knocks. There's so many free points there. If someone can get an angle, looks like they do actually. Looks like
think it is?
Oh, that's that rock is definitely dead now.
Yeah.
That's knocked. He's dead. He's flushed.
I think that's something to do with
Yeah,
observer
just a
visual interference.
Just a bit of a bug. That happens. PUBG.
RD and X, they need to hold this west side right now. I think that's exactly what they're looking for. They need to make sure that no one can come pushing over this hilltop. Because they know. I mean, they know that there are multiple teams over here. And they need to deal with them. Now, TechDodge actually managed to get the res up on towards 2 of his players, or teammates.
Yeah, one to get flushed.
Gets spotted. TechDodge is up close, and I don't think FireSky is ready for that at all. But he goes down, and Star goes down, but oh my lord!
Wow.
Red Dot Mini. That's
Yeah, I mean, he switched it out for the
I mean, he
the
only
4X.
has red dots. Oh, he swapped the 4X for the... So
yeah, because
he
he swapped it for the 4X spray for the M4.
Ah, okay.
But then had a red dot in his midi and then switched it over again.
Interesting nade prone forward. What?
I mean, it gets Raspu, but doesn't quite get Rusty's error. He is knocked still, though.
He does go down in the end. Nailok manages to get him out of the equation. Black Dragons has gone down as well. Furia wouldn't have them by their compounds. They managed to secure the finish. Kovac is trying to hold the angle from above, but they are receiving a ton of bullets in that direction.
Yeah, Kovac just completely spraying through the smoke, trying to get something going, trying to either flush out the knock or knock the player trying to res. That nade could be close.
No, not going to be fine enough. Rusty trying to run down the hill. That ain't going to work out either. Seems to me like Furia are denying that access point to the southern side. Mechanica is still down south too, and they're actually starting to rack up kills too. Chickwitson and Danny go down. Furia's out in 6th place. And they're now the only team down on the southern side.
Yeah, I mean they've got a pretty wide spread. You've got Ivan kind of spread across the road by about looks like 200 meters on his on his own. I mean, if he gets knocked here, that's a goner right there.
Talking about anchor points and wanting to secure a spot on the other side, the circle has half split the road now, so he might not even have to stick around away much longer. He could try and run back towards his teammates and play from there. I think that actually might be the better play because, as you can see, like down along the road, there's not really a lot he can play there.
100%, yeah.
Just get back towards your teammates. No reason to sit over there any longer.
I noticed Ivan's not got, I mean, even a flash out or a grip on his SKS, so it's that's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, not the easiest weapon to control at a distance. Rebo prone on the rock. Would most likely hear Rusty run around above him, but I don't think Rusty has any reason to try and run down into this open road.
I mean, Rebo's between, I hate to say it, but between a rock and a hard place. Just nothing more. Oh, hello.
That vehicle needed painting anyway.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Actually, Rebo actually decides to go up, yeah.
Oh, Raji. Rebo had the angle. He was like 3, 2, 1, and I'm dead. Wait, what? Oh, he had the angle. He saw him getting tagged, and he wanted to shoot the guy with full HP first to get the trade-off better. Really, really nice lineup. But Raji wouldn't let him do it. Yeah,
it was only about time before Furia kind of spotted him out, pushing up the ridge there behind Red Canids. But yeah, he's taken out.
Well, see, now Mechanica, they're playing the entire southeast side of this circle. We have 4 guys alive in Furia as well. And then we have the duo of Canids and Redemption. We haven't really seen them too much in the late game, but they have a chance here. They have a chance here to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, top 4. They've got 3 alive so far. Only 2 teams with 4 alive.
Seemed like Rachi full-on flashed himself there.
Yeah, most likely. Molly comes out. That would have been good, actually. I mean, it kind of denies the back off from Andy, but he can just run around it. It's fine. Oh, actually, Letty with the M24 gets a knock.
Through the smoke, too, I think. That was very impressive.
Oh,
Nailok doesn't spot Rusty over the top. He will go down to Lycan, though, so somewhat trade 1 for 1. Kovac's coming over to help. But as you can see, whenever they're hidden from Furia, they're visible to Mechanica and the other way around. So there's not really any place they can really like prone down and heal safely.
No, exactly. Kovac now trying to prone as well.
Throw everything you have. Might as well use your nades. I mean, there's no reason to die with nades.
Exactly.
Just throw them, see what you can get.
At the moment, like this is 1 kill point and 1 placement point if they get down Andy.
Yeah,
so
true.
Why not? Why not try and
2 points for 1 kill?
Yeah,
sounds like a good deal.
Exactly. Just get all your utility over there and try and secure those 2 points.
Exactly. Not planning on moving anyway. Might as well get the damage done. Rachi from a distance, does damage, but XX is there too, and XX we saw yesterday too, be like that front person, jumped around up on Stalber, or around the mountains there, trying to go aggressive and get killed, but he doesn't have a helmet, so that seems like a little scary spot for him to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he even realizes. He seems like he's so confident with these peaks.
1v4, he's peeking all of them, and RDNX says, we've had it with you on your rock up there, and I don't think he's going to get rest either, unfortunately. Ranja Mechanica, they can't really seem to get into a spot from where they can help him, and he's going to go down. That's
so strange, the fact that XX is just so far ahead, and then now they just have no foothold into the circle, no real spread. That's a prone dead man right there. Kovad knocked and
I hope Yaguin has a spare weapon that's not a 7.6 gun. And one more bullet, doink.
All right, well, he's got an M4 the Forex, that's fine.
That helps. The thing is, Furrier, they've been in that compound, in the saloon building for so long, and all the engagements they've had just now has been at a distance, so they haven't had a chance to loot anything. So, I mean, nades, meds, utility, you name it, they're kind of out of all of it. I mean, maybe not meds because they haven't been shot at too much, but at least as far as bullets go, they should be rather low.
Exactly. Lycan's still alive on the north side.
He's gonna chill. He's not gonna do anything.
He's gonna wait until Mechanica have to push in. I mean, they're right on the edge. They've got to push over the road. Maybe Lycan can prone in a bit further just to get closer to the dot.
No, let's see that he's there. I'm hearing a vehicle. Kind of scared. Just trying to figure out where the hell that vehicle should go.
Yeah.
That's the Bronco they tried to push up the hill just to see if we could maybe do anything in terms of providing cover. Maybe if we roll it down the small hill, it can grant enough momentum. I know it's outside the circle now. Yeah, it's like maybe it can push itself down towards the road and you can kind of run behind it, but I'm at the same time not really seeing that work. Flux catches one out in the open. One more there to be found. That's Pam's. They're kind of forgetting about Lycan, which is good for him, of course, but now he does get spotted, forced to make a run for it, and Flux is there to finish him off too. 10 kills for the guys. And Letty, you're by yourself. What can you do?
M24 in hand. He's actually going to run out to the blue, denying the point.
Why not?
Yeah.
36 games, 1 point could easily have a very, very huge impact in all of them. Now, we were surprised yesterday to see the teams that, I mean, you never want to count anyone out because there's always the chance that he makes the hero play. But where there was like, you just go into the blue, man. It's not going to happen. I mean, just deny the point. But here, Furia weren't able to find him. He had the smoke for cover. And Furia only gets himself a 10-kill win.
Yeah, only 10 kills. It's not like that.
I think they're pretty satisfied with that nonetheless. Interesting game. Funny shifts along the way. And Furia were the team to early on go up and say, you know what, we're going to play north. And that's also a bit of a gambling play. Because had it gone south down into that field where we know it's pretty much compounds or death, they would most likely have been out sub 10th place.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's if you don't get a compound on there when it shifts south, you're out for dead. You know, you're left there for dead, and you have to try and make up the points in terms of kills or just anything, or just wait for the next game. Honestly,
it's like, well, I guess we're gonna set the alarm and just
take a nap.
Exactly. But one thing we will do, it's not gonna be a full game length. It's just gonna be 5 minutes. Short break. We'll be right back. Stick around. See you soon. Furia gets themselves on the list of winners so far in the tournament. We just talked about it. They did have that game yesterday on a rank with, I think it was 14 or 15 kills, but they fell short and got second place against Prone Tagum, who played that late game really well on Orankle. And maybe who knows, we'll see more of that on Orankle, because we will bring you 3 of them after this final mirror game.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty tense with the. I think they had the double Tetrises just below the foot of the hill and just showing everyone coming over the.
What are Tetrises, HayZ?
Tetrises. It's.
I know, but you can't just use terminology like that and expect everyone to know it.
It's the double-story buildings. They're sometimes orange. They have like a balcony on both.
In the corner.
Yeah, in the corner on both
floors.
Floors. Yeah, that's the word. And they kind of like this, like a Tetris-y kind of fixes like blocks looks like blocks. I don't know. It's just a name that people come up with just to call out.
Double balconies.
Yeah, but you know, like everyone just calls them 2-stories. It's like, oh, that 2-story.
Oh, that one. It's like going to Sanok.
And then you just mark it.
Like when you're
2-story in orange. Like,
yeah. But they are normally orange. I think you guys know which buildings we're talking about. I'm sure that
ones are
whenever
white.
we get over to a angle, really quickly in the beginning of the game, we can go, Observers! Tetris! And choom, they'll show us exactly where it is. So in case you're still confused, just wait another map and we'll show you exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's actually kind of funny. I was meaning to reach out to some of the Latin American community people, because I know that especially from the English cast to the Korean cast, there are different names. But let's hold that thought for a second, because we have here our scores from last game. Furia, 10 kill win equals 20 points.
Naranja Mecánica, they had the second place with 5 kills, only 11 points. So I mean, it's a solid game. They had a lot of space. They didn't quite use it.
More quiet game for them. I was just going to say, more quiet game for them than I initially thought it was. But then again, it was limited how much of the space they had they could really use, because Furia did have a lot of control from that compound.
Yeah, exactly. And, Redemption down there in the third place in terms of points. It's Black Dragon. Oh yeah, wow.
Off. That 10 kill game throws them 5 kills ahead as well, but they're still beat by a couple of placements from Black Dragons. But I mean, right now at least, we're seeing 2 teams that really want to go to California in November.
Oh yeah. I mean, 1 point behind is so many kills as well. Only 9
insane.
games, 53. That's a lot of kills.
I mean, this is gonna be wrong math, but I think Furia has more kills so far than the bottom 4 teams has together.
I would imagine so. Actually, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
It's that's pretty dominant. Not gonna lie. But no, to finish my thought from before, I wanted to reach out to some of the community people to just like hear if there were any fun call-outs for things, because of course in the Western scene we have different names for different types of buildings, different names for different areas of the map that don't have a actual written name on them, and so back and so forth. So maybe if you're sitting in there in the chat and you know that the Latin American community, I know that what we call shacks, the Korean region call toilets. So that's one fun thing, I guess. So if you have any interesting call-outs, could be in Spanish, Portuguese, in Brazilian Portuguese, doesn't matter, any other languages. If you have a fun call-out for a spot on the map, Erangel, Sanok, Miramar, Vikendi, if you want to, let us know. Let us know if it's something that you know is called something in English that you guys call different. It's always fun. Reach out to us on Twitter at HayZ, at TheNameIsToby, or just write in the comments or in the chat. And we'll make sure to try and see if we can find it.
Try and catch it. Yeah.
Yeah, could be fun. Learn some call-outs from other regions, and then maybe if it's better than our own, we can use those instead.
Yeah. You know, if it's like a shorter call-out or something that's easier to say, then sure.
I know one thing we can say: south, because that's where this circle has just gone. And well, even though it might not be a Los Hijos ending, we have seen one southern circle usually be followed by at least 1 or 2 more.
Yes, yeah. Usually
it's like a magnet in that water down there.
Yeah, exactly. They usually go kind of towards the water. So we'll have to see how teams react to the Los Leones and if they go through it, around it, whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of teams on that northeastern side as well.
That is true, actually.
Normally, I say just directly eastern. Sorry, northeast from the circle.
Even northeast, even northeast as well. I mean, if you go from Net and go down towards, or from Prone Tagum up there and down towards Space Monkeys, we have pretty much half the server in this area. And of course, I mean, Furious, they don't really have to worry about rotating through Los Leones because they're kind of on the west side already. But for all the other teams, that could become a bit of a funnel. I mean, a bit of a bottleneck on the eastern side of Los Leones for teams trying to kind of make their way underneath Los Leones before that circle shrinks in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is there's technically three or four teams on that eastern coast side.
Yeah.
And what you'll probably usually see them do is rotate all the way around. I guess around the eastern sort of side of it. Oh, here we go.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. No, I know Noran does know.
Does he know?
He definitely knows. He's
crouching and reloading as if he's ready for a fight.
Yeah, he's looking for
He's
it.
holding the angle. He knows. He heard something.
Yeah.
He has a mini, though. Mini versus Skyle. Not exactly the best lineup for close quarter fights. But I don't know who has vests and who don't. Ooh, Oh, he's
outside.
I got debated by the name tag so hard there. Oh, he was on the backside of the wall. He knows.
Yeah.
Now they both know.
Molly comes out. Noran, it looks like he's trying to get away or something, or he's just trying to get like a different angle.
Did Noran come in with the bike, or did Sicko arrive? Because he's taking damage, and because Noran's actually 93, so he's taking some damage too. But 7 damage, that's normally due to the fact that you hit the wall with the bike or something. I'm not sure who actually landed here of the two.
I don't know exactly, but looks
Look
like
at where Rusty is now. It seems like Rusty just came down to help his teammates from Chumacera, and they're in furious territory right now.
Yeah, exactly. But Furious gaming the whole squad pulling up.
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
2v4 essentially for Sicko and Rusty Serra. We've seen them pull off insane plays before, the former Brazilian Crusaders, but what they can do from here, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, Psycho's. I mean, he's got to use those boosts he just picked up. Let's see if he does. But looks like they're going to back off. Noran's retreated. Coffee break though on the northern side. Are they going to? I mean, they want some sort of center compound, and it looks like they're eyeing up this one.
Yeah, everybody wants a piece of the pie, and everybody wants the biggest piece. It's just a matter of there only being enough pie for so many people, and I don't think we can fit 3 teams into this compound. Or chicken, of course.
Yeah, or chicken.
Chicken.
But yeah, it looks like actually Coffee Break are going to go for a slightly different compound. Just actually, am I lying? Maybe they're going to. I'm not sure actually.
It seemed like they were turning around. Black Dragon on the edge, and I was thinking earlier about what had been the struggle for Singularity yesterday, and I was just going to mention it now. It's kind of funny that it happens, that a lot of the times, their early engagement that kind of screwed them over, they run each other over. That's not efficient.
No, that's definitely not efficient.
I really hope that Black Dragons don't know that this is Singularity, because...
I mean, if they're close enough, they'll see the knock anyway.
Oh, they will see the knock, but I just don't... It's like 1.5 kilometers, right? So I think it's 1.5 kilometers to see knocks.
I think it's less. I think it's like about 0.5 kilometer. I think it's
Oh,
like 500 meters. I think.
Okay, I thought it was actually...
6x spray AK. That is something you rarely see.
Wait, so what you're trying to tell me is that you can hear a Kar 98 further away than you can see your teammate get knocked? How does that work?
What?
You can register, like Kar 98 shots you can hear from 700 meters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can hear a Kar 98 further away than you can see someone get knocked. If you say it's 500 meters.
I guess so.
Knock.
I mean, you can. Yeah.
Huh.
If that knock is directly next to him, the 700 meters
exactly.
away.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. In any case, that is the fact I'm still really told otherwise. Rusty is trying to see if he can do the laser beam over towards Furious, who decides to disengage, and they found themselves a new place to go, seemingly the compound just down the road.
Yeah, although, I mean, Silsey gets a knock onto Chikwitin. That's from where? Somewhere.
That's from far off. He's all the way up on the hill alongside his teammates, and this knock should become a rest, but at the same time, I think the Red Canids players are aware that only 2 of the guys actually made it down to that compound. You still have Danny and his teammate up on the northern side, and unfortunately, though, for Rusty, he wanted to. You can kind of tell that he wanted to be more aggressive on it, but I don't think the Japanese players really wanted to let him go down there.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, with Silsen just right here. So that was a pretty long shot.
Pretty decent distance to it.
So that was a big knock, but
8x on a SLR.
Nothing coming of it though.
Rava, here's the Technosh gang pull up towards him. They're only 2, but of course they're only 2 players in this compound. Surprising he didn't go for the spray there, but at least now Technosh knows. He's down to low HP as well. They've been rotating for a while, and no. Oh, that's gonna go far.
Yeah, that's a bit too far.
Enough.
Does a bit of damage. Technosh actually gets a knock onto Nico.
That's a good spray down with the suppressor too.
Yeah.
No recoil reduction on that thing, only a little bit of a sound advantage. Has the Kar 98 in hand, but there's more teams looking.
You gotta hit those shots, Osney, when he peeks over. The nade coming out, that should be good. Although I think he's backed off, so not to worry.
Lightweight grip and a suppressor. Not the best for distance spraying.
No. For distance tapping, it's good.
That's decent enough, yeah. Lauren has managed to find Nicoletti, so that's a point secured. And we did see earlier that Coffee Break lost a player, so they're down to just 2. And like Coffee Break had a tough time last game too. And that's coming off of a win on Miramar yesterday. They, of course, don't want to go out just yet, but that might not have a decision in this.
Yeah, Teknosh with the first kill. They're pushing in. He's the front man again. Trying to find Osni. You've also got Rafa up top there. Catch him in the head.
That's a really good angle to peek. I mean,
Yeah.
There's very few players would even care to look up there. So very, very, very impressive reaction from Teknosh in calling that one out. And Osni, he's just trying to get away.
Yeah, he's piecing out of there. He doesn't want any part of that. The last player alive, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
he is. He's just trying to get away. He's just trying to get away. But what I wanted to say with Black Dragons and Singularity earlier was that I think one of the main issues for Singularity has been that it's been Black Dragons that they've been running into. Like they've been setting up shop to try and prevent Singularity from making these rotations early on. New circle.
Ooh.
Well, we talked about water. This one won't have any of it. On the other hand, though, it will have a lot of Las Leones.
Yeah, Las Leones is a big part of this. Maybe we'll see teams avoid it. Maybe we'll see teams rotate
They can't
through
really
it.
avoid it at this
No,
point.
you
can
can't.
they?
I mean,
There's
yeah.
so much Las Leones in this circle.
I mean, it's accessible. It's not like water where it's just like a
Yeah.
dead space. So they can use it. That's for sure.
And the issue is that everything in this circle that's not Las Leones, if you're on the western side or the north, it's just open fields. So you're kind of forced in there if you don't have something to play from already.
Exactly. The barrel spray coming out from Noran, the 2x barrel spray with a thumb grip, might I add.
Yeah.
That's tough to control.
It's funny that it's called a thumb grip, when the only thing you don't actually grip the weapon with is your thumb.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Should be unthumb grip,
Not thumb grip.
not thumb grip. Noran is going to try and get away in his minivan. Maybe going on a road trip with his band. Band only existing of Danny right now. Or maybe just get himself killed, because he is getting bullets thrown towards him. Fortunately, does manage to find some sort of safety. Japish, 4 guys on the server now. Fortunately, I think it was Harold they were missing in the first 2 games. Now we do have, I think this is the first game actually in total where we've had 64 people in the server to start with.
There we go. HNK1 out as the first member. Furical Gaming, 16th place for them.
Unfortunate start. They were running from one engagement into another, into a third, and they just kept losing players and all of it. Alea and Chickwitton, they're trying to make their way up towards their teammates, but this ain't going to be an easy push. They already know that they have to up in that area, and I'm not sure exactly how they're planning on making their way there, other than just driving and hoping it all works out.
Yeah, just kind of face checking the compounds to see which one is free or isn't. Looks like the warehouse in front of them is free for now. I mean, obviously you've got the teammates in Noran and Danny over there as well, so it's not too bad.
Let's see, Mechanica up on the northern side, Lady and XX. You have the ridge line to play from, but I think Easy and Alea does go down. There were simply too many teams looking towards them as they came rotating in. Ooh, Mechanica spotted by Necro. If you can get the teammates to come around here and help, that could be a really good play for them, because Lady and XX, they're going to be running out in the open. Oh, they have a bike. They have a bike. They're leaving.
No bike. Still take some shots though. Some big tags. Is that 2 of them on the bike? That's 2 of them on the bike. So, not quite getting the knock, but some tags and some damage nonetheless.
Yep. It's going to be damage, vests and helmets and whatnot for the engagements to come. So always take those shots if there's no fear of you getting punished for doing so. Yeah, Gaming, far down south. Very late on the rotation. I think they're trying to get in further up north, but as you can see here where TGM is, they were shooting at them, and I'm kind of telling them to go the other way around.
Yeah, they're going to come in on the road there. I'm not sure if they're going to...
Austin has been hiding here for a long time.
Yeah, he's just waiting for everyone to leave. Go away!
The evil biker gang is now leaving. This is where he goes out and gets a double kill. 3, 2, 1.
I mean, he could do.
In all fairness, I mean...
He's not going to do it. I mean, I can't say I'm disappointed, but, you know.
What?
Wow. Do it.
Circle, though, shifting away from Las Leones. And as happy as I think some teams are with this shift, just the whole, it doesn't go Las Leones. Well, you didn't want Las, so now you get the polar opposite. Field, and more fields. A few hills and a couple of compounds, but for the most part, just open areas. And good luck, 60 or 56 people trying to find a place to play from here.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you've got Black Dragons already in the circle, Fury in a center compound. No Org have already found themselves a spot on the northern side of the road there, just center of circle. Rusty, Zera, and Andy getting themselves some kills onto Yapish.
Trancoso, I think we saw him go down just before as well. Now Cream, oh, that's a good shot to tell him to think twice about peeking over that ridgeline again.
Don't you dare, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's all you need. I mean, just that one good shot to start off the engagement, and that makes him go, you know what, I kind of don't want to lose my helmet yet, so maybe I just shouldn't peek that angle, and that can alleviate a lot of the pressure.
That's the big thing about pressure is that if you put enough on, then teams just don't even think about pressuring you, or don't think about even rotating anywhere near you or around you. So it gives you the pressure you put on teams around you gives you space as well. Even though you don't kill anyone, you're still giving yourself some space.
They only care to get knocked so many times. Like, are you kidding me again? Stop hitting me all the time. Exactly. So fortunately, they were able to land some good shots because they weren't exactly sitting in the safest of situations. You can see here, this is like northwestern side of the circle, and yes, it's open for now. But even for teams that could go, I think Singularity might be able to get a spot. You can kind of see them in the distance there. They are in the circle now. They don't really need to move, but I think they're waiting for a potential northern shift. Because if this next circle goes north, we are going to lose. I mean, we're at 55 now, with pretty much all except for a couple inside the circle. We're going to go down somewhere between 20 and 25 if we go north now.
It's going to be mega rough.
Complete hell for everyone.
Yeah. But,
oh, they're back to peeking.
Oh, yeah, well, still trying. They're Space Monkeys. They're not giving up. Tag to come out.
Oh, and hey, no pigs. Runner, I gotta say, yesterday it was Chikwatim and a couple of others landing those bolt action shots. Runner yesterday actually had quite a few in very important moments too, and he had one today too on that Sanok game. It didn't really, it did get them the second place rather than third, but in that Sanok game where they needed to knock across the road, he was the one to deliver it, and once again manages to pull one through. Great headshot from him.
It seems like he's always using the KNT or some kind of bolt action rifle. I mean, I always see him with the kill feed getting these headshots. So, I mean, he's doing work, that's for sure.
Why you say, oh my...
Oh,
I was just going to swear. I was just going to say, oh my... but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to... Should we give like 30 seconds of quiet for upcoming fallen people? Because this is going to be a day of sorrows. This match right here is going to be nothing but death. And X6 starts it off.
Rest in pieces, that's for sure.
This is going to be horrible in so many ways.
Oh my lord,
that nade. Through the small gap. Wow.
That's impressive.
And it's clutch as hell because Letty was upstairs and they wanted to push him. It wasn't the big gap, it was the small one on the right of that, observers. It was a small gap up by the wall.
Try it again.
On the wall. It was that gap. The left side of that. There, exactly. That's what he threw it through. That is a throw and a half. And this circle just makes me want to vomit. I mean, if you're Black Dragons, you're like, well, that's another win. And if you're anyone else, you're just thinking, oh my lord, you've got to. Honestly, Singularity, this could be their first win. If they can take this position away from Vinny and get even like one more circle north, they could rack up a lot of points from that compound.
Yeah, I mean, you also see TGM rotating just on the south to the western side. So they've got, I mean, it's loads of space to work with. Looks like they spotted the compound on the southern side of the circle.
Tommy does find the Rebo. So that's one down early. Gets the flush in there as well. Runner, again, we've seen him before. He knows that the cannons are down here. How much do you want to commit to it, though? They're outside. Well, just inside, actually, on the edge, but there's going to be so many people coming their way. They can't. Like, they have to get into a better position. I was just going to say, you can see them running now as well. They cannot sit on this edge.
No, there's 4 teams right behind them. There's no way they could have pushed through. Wow.
Silson, a.k.a. the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Bringing hell from above with his, with his nade throws. That's... These guys, man, I'm telling you. They ain't for fun. Like, they ain't all about the fun. The Latin American region, they have some insane fraggers in their region. And now let's see Silson. Ooh, I don't think he meant to jump down. He's going to get spotted. Letty makes him pay. I think that was a bit of an error. Here we get a little bit of bullfighting going on. Usne found 1 HP. 1
1
HP. He was going to go down anyway. There were, I mean, way too many people there for him to survive. But Austin unfortunately does get taken up. And there with more kills, that's Letty gone down. And Bozzy, Bozo, is, well, he's prone, that guy. And now he's dead, unfortunately. So is Gaming.
Yeah, they're out in 14th place. And Redemption, they've got to get up Cubalita. Meanwhile, Cream pushing over towards Furia. This is just, I mean, it might be some free kills for Furia. They've got enough already.
Oh, he got caught out with the 8x in hand. He knows for a fact that there's a guy just outside there. Oh, my lord, he saw him. That arm with the needle was spotted through, and he's going to get him down. Just 16 HP. That was a fortunate angle to hold Raji. Smacking the door in his face of his teammate. That's gonna be him.
That's pretty toxic.
That's pretty rude. But Logan and Capitana's still there, and you can see every time they try to peek over, 1 HP again. Jesus Christ, these guys, they're eating some, I don't even know what they're eating. Luck? Can you eat luck? I guess if you eat like those four-leaf clovers, you get luck for an entire day or something.
I mean, you can eat NA luck. He's in the. He
yeah,
was in the lobby somewhere. Now he's dead.
It's kind of cannibalistic.
Yeah.
But it seems like Rasp is trying to crawl his way into the circle. Not sure if it's going to happen. Flux as well on the edge doesn't get the knock despite Captain engaging it with low HP. All of GGM goes down as well, but now Logan and his teammate pushes over Logan down early. Captain needs to make a play. Wait. Oh, he's upstairs. I got so confused there for a second. I was like, can't they see him? But nope, not the case. Debated by the angle. 2v2 now.
And the res going to come in. Rogi getting that one. And RDNX has got to cover. Capitan, he's downstairs. Shots come in.
Yeah, RDNX down to low HP. They did get the flush, or the knock up.
Yeah.
The res. I cannot even talk anymore. I'm so sorry. Captain does go down. Cream gonna get himself eliminated. Unfortunately, had to make the play. And this is an impressive rest they managed to get on the guy on the ridge here. Redemption. Let's see another day.
Yep, solid stuff. They've got to push in. I mean, Fury obviously in the compound actually gets knocked. Roger gets knocked by Burke in the, on the western compounds there. So
but Singularity had to crash the compound. We kind of missed that in all the chaos. They had to crash down towards the compound because the circle hard shifted back out east. You can see Pome is kind of caught on the northern side, and Cubalita, well, still alive, but they have to make their way inside the circle too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pommy's got a ridge just in front of him now with that dirt road there, so that could possibly work out, and he could have a nice little split to get some more kills. Looks like that easy. Oh, okay, so he's got a bike, so he's not too bad.
YOLO!
He's gonna send it into his. I mean, it's his own compound, so it doesn't matter.
Watch out! Flying bike coming in, not flying saucer or anything of the sort. Just flying bikes.
Yeah,
that's a fallen bike, not a flying bike. I guess that's what we all do, right? Only planes actually fly. Most of us just fall.
Yep.
Yep.
Solid stuff.
Hire me, Discovery Channel. I'm a very smart man. We have a big field in between No Org, Black Dragons, and Singularity. And I really want to see the circle go there. Because this game has been so brutal already. So why not just rip off the Band-Aid as fast as we can and get the game over with? Because there's so many... I mean, in all fairness, these teams should get counseling for what they've been through in this match. They have not even reached placement points yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's
it's insane. You can die now and might as well just have all their fault when you were in the plane if you don't have a kill yet.
Yeah, exactly.
They have been through so much to get to where they are, and they won't even get rewarded. That's insane. Circle.
Oh, okie dokie.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think Black Dragons have been on that western side for quite a while.
They have
quite a fair amount.
But they also were the team that you called. Black Dragons actually rotating around the back. They were the only team that saw that potential.
Yeah.
And you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, we can say, oh, but they get the hard shifts. Yes, but other teams could have made the same rotation. They just didn't care to do it because they were on the edge. And yes, they got the circle towards them.
Yeah,
but it only happened because they made the rotation.
Exactly. Now Black Dragons can take as much space as they really want. Obviously, depending on the angles they have. But yeah, you've got obviously No Org on the north side. They've got to come in. They're getting blasted by Furia and a few other teams.
This circle is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
We might get our first time ever game ending in phase 6.
True.
It's not going to happen. I think because we both have Furia has some hard cover and Dragons have a little building over on that side as well, but maybe potentially Circle 7. That's something we see too often. They tend to go to either circle 8 or, I mean, sometimes we get the final circle closing in too, but it can end before, especially out here in the open on Miramar.
Exactly. Kovad goes down. Looks like he wants to get the res, but just you can't do it with the circle right at your back. He's inside the circle now. Bandaging, no first aid.
Are you bandaging in the blue?
Yeah, there's no way you're going to do that. You're just dead.
That's a waste of time. Might as well just have kept shooting at people, but he is going to go down. Cuba leader out. Redemption doesn't find much of it. They will go down in 8th place. Only 1 point of placement secured. I'm not sure exactly how many kills they have. A couple, though. I'm pretty certain they did have.
Yeah, I feel like he could have probably res his teammate and denied the point, though, to be honest with you.
That is true. That is true. That's something that we talked a little bit about yesterday as well.
Sometimes with pressure on you, you don't really think about these things that quick, and it just it's all over in a matter of seconds. Like Psycho's life just there.
Necro finds him, and well, Singularity seems like at least one of them. Pommy is going to try and see if he can get a more center spot. They have lost one player earlier, and here's Trancoso finds one. GPL is there to respond as well, and what a slaughter!
Absolute
Furia!
dominance.
No counterplay. Space Monkeys, I gotta say, open terrain on Miramar, understanding where to peek, when to play. I think, and this is a rare side across all regions, they have insights on areas of the map. We're talking dip knowledge that most other teams don't, because they can survive in the open in areas where you don't think anyone ever does.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they know stuff. They know stuff. They have really rehearsed the hell out, or like researched the hell out of Miramar. It's obvious.
Yeah. I mean, you think so, considering it's been out for quite a while.
Exactly.
I mean, part of the pro circuit for quite a long time. So, Mayor Franco, no walk out in 5th place.
The game wants Singularity to get up on the chicken dinner list. Right on top of them. But of course, being in the center of the circle in Circle 7 is actually not always that great if you don't have a compound to back it up with, because that normally means a lot of eyes in your direction. And when you're trying to take a fight with one team, well, that can oftentimes mean that another team is trying to engage too. And I think that's exactly the situation we're going to see here. Black Dragons, of course, they want more wins. And Space Monkeys, they want to get on that too.
Yeah, looks like Black Dragons are pushing around the corner here. Panda's got out on nade. That could be a good one.
Oh, bounces the wrong way.
Does a bit of damage, I think. But this is going to be rough, because obviously we've got Space Monkeys on the south side as well. Knock comes through onto Panda and a flush from Toddy. Nades coming out.
To the right, those nades.
Ooh. It's not quite cooked enough. These nades aren't properly cooked.
Don't want to have raw nades.
No. You want definitely
medium rare.
Yes, exactly.
Or rare.
Rare to sort of, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I was just going to talk about. The pressure. Oh, this could. Wow. Awesome. There it is denied. Space Monkeys over the top. Necro is going to provide a little bit of info to the Black Dragons that this team is right on the other side of the road. I was going to say the riverbank. It could be the same thing. Necro does go down, though. Dream Rust is there. This fight is straight up 4v4. I guess that's 4v3, actually. Each their side of the road. Who wins? This is like a reverse trench warfare.
It's pretty funny.
It actually is a trench warfare, where it's like them on each their side, and Dead Man's Land being the road. This is World War I on Miramar.
Yeah. But, I mean, obviously, Black Dragons have 4 alive against the 3 of Space Monkeys. So
yeah, but you could argue that Space Monkeys have a little more room to maneuver around, because you can see they see that. So I mean, technically, Black Dragons can run around wherever they want on their side, but it's so deep that they can't really get angles anywhere else but up by the road. Whereas to Space Monkeys can kind of spread out a little. Oh my lord!
Wow,
that nade.
That was a whole 96 HP of damage.
Oh, it doesn't go on.
That's really smart. The fact that Black Dragons are smoking the road so they can push out the road to get nades even further deeper into their line of defense.
They did throw a win yesterday in a very similar area. I mean, it wasn't anywhere near here, but it was the whole crossing the roads type scenario where we had Ganjohan pull off an insane 1v2 in the end. And I don't think they want to have that happen again. No,
they've learned their lesson. Big headshot coming out. Well, actually, first he gets a flush as well.
That's a really good position to take out, because he was kind of the overview, kind of thorn in the heel position that could back off Hayno and GPL and give them the info they needed. And now, well, this final circle has gone to the left side, or the west side, I guess you can see. And, well, every player already. 2v4, Space Monkeys 10 kills in this game. What can you do?
I'm surprised that Fasco had an angle onto Dream Rust there. That just caught me off guard completely. So, I mean, definitely caught Dreamrust off guard, that's for sure.
I mean, Dreamrust had been shooting for a while, and I think if HayZ did everything he could to find that angle. And I think he is that, not creative player, but he's like the wild card on the team that they can kind of send around in different positions. And I think he was just like assigned the task of figure out where he can deal with this guy from. And fortunately for him, he found a spot that he could shoot from.
Now just a 2v4.
Headshot.
It's like
That's a good one. They know that he's going to go down to heal, and that's going to allow Toddy to push forward.
This is perfect. That's a nice angle, though. The shots come out. HayZ.
Underneath the car.
I like it. That's
rude.
that's a spicy one, that is.
Yeah.
But
They do have 2 smokes each, I think. I think that's what I called, what I saw in their utility. HayZ with 2. GBO with 2 smokes. He has 7 smokes!
Wow.
Okay, never mind. I take that back. Could you maybe give some to your teammate? Because once he's thrown 2, like they could throw 6 smokes in the time of 3 if they throw them together, right?
Yeah.
So if you just give him 1, that would kind of even out things. Also, you still have a nade. I'm not sure why he hasn't thrown that yet.
I think he wants to wait for the smokes because the dot is actually on their side. To be fair, not that it makes too much of a difference because
they have to push out of their dip first, though.
Yeah,
so
it'll happen soon enough. I don't think the circle will
Dragons
really
have to
dictate
leave later from their cover because yes, they're closer to the road, but there's 2 dips, and in the front dip they're visible, like all the time. So Space Monkeys will have to go first, and they should be smoking. Oh, you can see this push right here.
Oh yeah, wow, you're right. Yeah, so
they have to go down towards the road way before, and they're 4v2 as well. Throw that nade, GBL. Just hope that something happens. You could knock a guy, you could force a guy to heal. Throw the smokes now. Push a bit further forward. Throw that nade. Oh my lord, 1 HP. That's his last first aid too.
He had no helmet as well.
Now
GBL.
HayZ is throwing his smokes.
Yeah, Toddy's pushing over.
They're pushing. What?
They're just getting some different angles. And just
don't get greedy, guys. Don't get greedy. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Don't want to throw this one. Had that been a knock, that could have been a different player. Headshot on towards Berg too.
That's absolutely insane.
They got all 3 of them down to under half HP.
This could this is definitely possible in some regards. Stun comes
1
out.
HP again.
Big damage.
All the time. This fight is just not ending.
GBL. Trying to just
more
find the
smokes.
angles.
Throw more smokes.
Yeah.
Throw more smokes.
They have a lot more. Kill demo on the road, taking the peaks.
They have.
HayZ was on a slither of HP. He's just healed up. So
shots
come out. That's
that
enough.
should be the difference. That is fine, and that is going to be kill demo with a double 9 kills, and not just a win, but a back-to-back one at that. For the guys in Black Dragons, 2 Miramar wins in a row.
yeah.
3 wins in total for them, and what a hell of a I'm lying situation because Furia won the last game.
Yeah, it was.
They
a
won the
Sanok.
Sanok game.
It
I
was
just
I was thinking, did they win?
yeah,
that
they
last
did
game?
not win the last game. They won on Sanok. But in any case, 3 games played on the day, 2 wins for Black Dragons, who were already sitting in first place. I think they're trying to make a little bit of a statement, maybe.
Yeah. Just I mean, they're trying to get that lead going essentially. I mean, Furia they had obviously an awesome game with their win on the previous Miramar,
Yeah.
and they tried to do something this game. They obviously they took out a few teams in their compound. I feel like so they got a few kills this game. We'll see what that puts them in the place, in the leaderboards, but.
That's going to have to wait. Yeah. Short break, guys. 3 Erangel games to come after this. We'll be right back. So it wasn't back-to-back, but 2 wins on the day, nonetheless, getting them 3 wins in 9 games so far. And of course, talking about the Black Dragons, won the previous game, and then with Furia winning that second game, they were kind of like, "Oh, we're still here," but then they're like, "Nope, nah, you're not here. You're not here. Just get away from me." Interesting though, because when we go into when we look back at yesterday, of course we don't have that much to kind of go back on with this specific set of teams, but the 2 teams that stood out yesterday on Erangel, Furia, 14 kill game, second place, sure, but could have been a win, and Black Dragons.
Yeah.
Stalper win with 14 kills too.
True.
And they're already so far ahead. Now we have 3 ranked games coming up. That's going to be scary for these other teams to go, well, did we ever even have a chance?
I mean, it's we're not counting them out yet. All right, something.
Not at all. I know
happen.
everything can happen. It's just funny to see how they ended off the day so well yesterday, and now they're starting off like insanely strong.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, I mean, that rotation that last game though. Obviously, we mentioned it. The Western shifts kind of helped them out a bit, but the rotation they did for the second circle definitely.
That was the game changer.
Was it the second?
Somewhat like it was the winning play.
Yeah, it might have been the winning play.
Yeah,
but
I think it was. I mean, in all fairness, that's what everyone clustered.
Yeah.
On the western side of Los Leones, as they slowly got forced into that field. I was like, we don't want to go. No, no, let us stay. And then like one more step. No, and then they had to go there. And well, of course, as you can see here, this would be the kills. I must say, Space Monkeys. They should be Desert Monkeys instead, because they managed to play the open fields. Like, they just use dips and ridges in a way that I don't see any other region really manage to do it. That's very impressive to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 10 kills there as well. Just
yeah, exactly. Because they don't just hide in them.
Yeah,
they actually go they actually go aggressive from open spots.
Yeah, and I mean, they completely took out Fury as well in their compound, just completely obliterated them, it seems.
Very impressive. Now let's see how that looks in the overall standings. We've almost clinched 100 points for Black Dragons, just 1 point off very early on. That is that's scary, because they almost have double the points of 4th place.
Yeah, wow, that's impressive actually.
That's very, very dangerous when you look at it. But of course, as you said, we've seen tournaments before where teams can throw 70 points leads, arguably in tournaments with more games to play than this. But still, it means that, guys, it ain't over till that chubby old woman sings a song. You never heard that saying before?
No, I have not actually.
It's not over till the fat lady sings. You never heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I just said chubby old woman because I wanted to be cool and make my own version.
Chubby old woman?
Yeah, because it's not fat, she's little chubby.
You said
we
choppy. I was like, huh?
Chubby. Like when a person is chubby.
Yeah, but I thought you said choppy.
What's the difference?
Choppy is like choppy with the...
Oh, chopping. Ah, yeah, no, I didn't. And also the game started, so let's very quickly just act like I never said that, apparently, because HayZ ruined it. So thank you, HayZ. But Space Monkeys, speaking of, are they all out? Okay, there are 3 guys. Wait. 3 guys are jumping for, I think, 1 hard spawn US. Down by the bridge. But where do they want to go from there?
Yeah, I mean, Dream
no
Rush
one's inside military base.
I mean, I'm not sure, actually.
So they want to go east, which I can respect, but...
I think they might have just assumed...
Why didn't you just fly east?
I think they might have just assumed that Furious Gaming they dropped out first, so I thought they would just go the Sozonka military base main, right?
Yeah.
So they just committed to getting vehicles and heading towards sort of the Novo side.
That's confusing. Western Circle once more. We had right where Cassin is right now is pretty much where that game ended yesterday. That Furia almost won, got themselves 2nd place. And we are, at least that's included in what we have to work around. Now, one thing I'm looking at, though, Furia, they're still flying. And this plane went north to south. And they're currently, south to north, and they're currently flying north to south. So they jumped out later, then go backwards. And that can normally be dangerous, just because that means that whoever went there earlier, well, they will have beat you to whatever you're trying to get. And you might not actually even be able to see it. But I see 4 guys and 1 US. And that seems like a S9 rotation to me.
Yeah, I mean they should be able to get there perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, there's no one there.
But yeah, this is a pretty. I mean, you said it's west. It's like central west.
Central west.
Yeah. So I mean, I imagine Andy from Red Canids will probably just stay where he is in that Pachinki, western Pachinki compound.
Yeah, there's no reason to give that up. That could end up being a very viable spot. And if you have that alongside either the church side or maybe something on the Pachinki Hills on the southwestern side, then you're in for a good one. But I have to say something real quickly, HayZ. Observers, Tetris.
Well, wait. Oh, we'll wait for them to.
Can they do that?
Instantly.
I thought we had trained them
That's
too.
not
That's
Tetris.
not Tetris.
That's not Tetris.
Do they even pay attention to what we're talking about when we're casting
Gosh
HayZ?
darn it.
No. No. God damn it. We were talking about the two-story compounds that tend to be orange.
Yeah, just
You'll find one eventually.
Just west of Cassen.
We will randomly yell Tetris when you find a building that's just left side of Cassen, the compound with the two twin buildings over there, the two-story houses, just on the southwestern side of Everest.
Yeah.
I think that's all the guidance they need.
Yeah.
These guys, they know PUBG. They know what's up. They can find it on their own. They don't need our help. No, west of Cassen.
I mean, yeah, well, there's one there.
Oh, there's one there.
Yeah.
So the building
There's
that
one there.
Cassen is in is what HayZ would describe as a Tetris building.
Yes, I call it All right, okay.
I just call it double balconies, but I guess our observers don't approve of Tetris or double balcony.
I think it's just because the balcony pokes out a bit. It just looks like a kind of like a Tetris block. I'm not sure really.
I'm not sure it does.
Yeah. Look.
Nah, it doesn't.
Okay, fine. Well, it's a name for it. It doesn't
That
matter
is
what
true.
it looks
That
like.
is very true. That is a name. That you know what? It's always good to be an analyst because when you just say things that, I mean, it can't be wrong, then you can never be proven wrong. You know?
Yeah, true.
It's a name, and that is correct. And this is not Tetris. This
And
is L
That's an L. I've just
Yeah,
taken
that's
one.
or V.
I've just taken an L.
Whatever. I'll just take an L straight to the
Yeah.
face. Doink. In any case, surprised to see this early on that the entire chopsticks area is open. You would argue that with the plane being on the western side already and this circle popping, that more teams would have kind of committed to trying to get something in this area. But I think that part of the reason that it isn't taken is that, well, Coffee Break looting this area, they never really seem to care for it. They're actually all rotating north now, which is a little surprising to me.
Yeah, looks like they're going for the northern, kind of the foot of the Everest just over the road,
Yeah,
just
the over
slightly
under.
southeast. Yeah.
Some call it over under by where Rafa is going. And they're actually driving past that too. Wait, do they want to sit 4 guys there? Or maybe they want maybe they want the twin compounds.
Teams.
Maybe they want the double compounds on the southeastern side of
It's
that.
also a very common rotation path to rotate
True.
just east of where they're stopping. So if
True.
they can cut off some teams coming from the north side over the bridges, that could be big.
That's a nice little camera angle there, showing the crate and the rotation we were talking about. Nifty observer work. Good job at that. No orc. Well, they've made their way up towards Everest, and Quick having hurt the vehicle. I hope that's the call for Singularity to not go in that direction. I think that's also the call for no orc to maybe reconsider next time they go up here without really having scouted anything first, because there were a lot of teams around, and they might not be able to get down from there again.
Yeah, I mean they just lost the tire on the Dacia there, and Coffee Break have all the angles onto it.
I'm still surprised that they're sitting 4 guys there, though. They looted Gat. Technically, they had everything up for grabs. And Runner, surprise. Flushes a guy with a headshot and a Kar 98.
That's that's
He's
definitely
good,
not
man.
surprised.
He's a sniper. Pyong!
He's definitely the sniper. He's hitting headies all day, it seems.
Exactly. Assembling a highlight clip. Oh
wow.
Vinny. That's a headshot.
Straight out the vehicle.
That's those. In all fairness, it's open field. It's in the center of the circle, and you try to go there with a buggy. That is a bait crate.
For a crate, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's
That is. You deserve to get killed. Learn from your mistakes.
yeah. Rough stuff.
At least take a vehicle with roof, so you don't get insta headshotted.
I don't think anything was gonna save from that, to be honest with you.
But he did get the crate though, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, I mean, he got it, that's for sure. Some spam coming out from Ragnar with the SLR. No scope, it seems.
Double hollows, not exactly optimal for the position that he's decided to play. I don't feel like he was the one that made that call, because if I sat with double hollows, I don't think Pachinki Hill would be my spot of choice. But maybe all the other ones had scopes and they didn't want to share.
I mean, it might just be the info. It looks like he's the one holding the backside, and then Harold and Co are on the front side trying to get the information they need.
And you normally don't play that spot to get kills anyway, as you said, correctly stated too, that it's normally just to know and keep awareness of what's happening around you.
Yeah,
You can see so many things from there.
So Runner, 4x.
Ooh,
On this
headshot to
carnage.
pass.
Hey, here we go.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
He hits those. Maybe not. Hits the spray though, maybe. The buggy spins out, it looks like. Yeah, it's spun out. Ivans is in a whole lot of trouble here. wow, this spray is wild, that's for sure. Lots of pressure onto him, and damage it seems.
Swap over to you, Car 98.
Yeah, he's gone. Logan gets the knock. Silson gets the flush though. Yoink.
It's kind of funny, right? Because he just spent 3 full magazines killing that guy. That's 90. I don't know if he had an extended mag, but that's potentially 120 bullets spent on not getting a kill.
Yeah, I mean, he's boosted his stats.
He did get a little ADR boost. That is true. That is true. Not that I think it matters by any means in a tournament like this, but it's just one of those. How many bullets do you have left now, and what do you get for it?
Yeah, exactly.
Feels bad, man. I like the singularity split here. I think they've realized very early on that there's plenty of room. Like, they rotate around the northern side. They tried to do this exact same thing yesterday in that type of circle, but Fury were there with them. Like, they kind of rotated on top of each other. But now they rotated earlier, got around here, and Fury, they're crossing as we speak, and they're running straight into 3 and the Gardo men.
Yeah, TGM Technosh on the other side, though. Catching them off guard again. Flux, I mean, no shots hitting, unfortunately. Looks like they've backed away over towards the middle Georgia Pole Bridge or somewhere around North George.
You shall not swap vehicles, he said as he destroyed the tires on the US. Making sure they can't get any upgrades because, of course, they had done quite a bit of damage to the vehicles early. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't have anything to go with. Now, this one is tricky because we got plenty of fields that you can't really play from. And then we have ruins where you can always crash. And then we have this compound where, well, all of just crashed into.
Yep, yapish. Ragnar already inside. Looks like they got the res onto Harold.
That could be money. Ooh.
Was that? Did Harold get knocked by his teammate? I feel like that might have happened because of the crash.
Rebo got knocked, right? And Harold? Wait, they're both scary low on HP.
Yeah, I feel like it was Harold that was knocked.
What happened behind that building, guys? Something we weren't allowed to.
I have no idea.
It was inappropriate to show what happened on that side. Ragnar does go down. Sego gets the knock onto Wutim. I think there are only 2 guys there, aren't they? Are they all 4 in that one building?
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
The angle onto Andy there. Silson just completely destroying him on the peak.
Nades, though.
That could have
been scary.
Rusty. Why is he going to push out?
You're alone. Remember that. He's not going to go full in.
No.
I like that.
Raspu's coming over, though. He's trying to run over. Obviously, they're not going to really peek the windows because they're too busy defending close range. So Raspu can just run over here and help out. Psycho's obviously in the garage just further north as well.
Rusty needs to be more relevant right now. He's holding a lot of defensive angles, but he needs to go out active and make sure that they don't kill Raspu. Like, he needs to make sound, he needs to do something, because they would never push down anyway. At least not right now. They would get the res up, which they just did on the staircase. And I think he could have been more useful in covering Raspu. I mean, it's a small thing because nothing ended up happening anyway, so it technically doesn't really matter. But it's just he could have held for his teammates across. Like, for example, sit here and hold those windows to make sure that they can't shoot your teammate down there. They weren't ever going to see Raspu from there anyway, so it was a kind of a dead angle to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some room of improvement. You know, if things don't happen, they might happen some different time. Meanwhile,
Raspu came with more nades.
Yeah, just throw some nades in there.
Yep, came with the supply drop to his teammates, and Rusty is back to playing the same spot that he was before. Of course, he can see just the edge of the door there, which I think is the reason he plays this spot, to try and make sure they don't have a chance to run up. But Relance from a distance gets Raspu down, and they now need to watch out because, of course, the guys here in the building, they know what they're up against. They know for a fact, too, that there's a knock player in the other building. Yeah, those shots just came from the spot that he just came from, Raspu. He just ran from here, and now looks like Prone Tiger have come up and taken the spot. Great reaction play by Prone as well, and Seiko goes down, too. That's 2 people down. This might become a reverse push from Jamage, to be honest. Yeah, Rusty's here is pushing this, though. There's 2 knocked. I mean, I guess he knows that he knows that he's just got rest. Yeah. So, I mean, solid work there. He's just, wow, okay. Flush and leaf, flush and leaf, flush and leaf. Yeah. So much damage. Ow, 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 ow. Tight so hard. You have Redemption sitting on the other side of the road looking down towards him, too, now. 3 HP for Rusty. Does have first aids, and they're still in the center of the circle. So all these people can keep looking down towards him without really having to worry about anything else for now. This is pretty rough for Rusty. He's, I mean, Psycho's still knocked.
They did get the res onto Raspu, it seems. They are center circle. The circle has shifted towards Pachinki.
Pronet just got the back off of their entire team, and you can see how many teams are on the west right now. This should be kind of interesting in terms of how the hell they managed to make their way back to the east.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a half a field there. So there's only 2 teams that even get a comp out. I guess technically 3, but
where does Coffee Break go here? And I think we just saw Cream push down into the compound. Yep, exactly. They're on here. Oh, no. Back off, Capitan. Fortunately, it's your team that are supplying suppressive fire right now. Because that would have been awful if we were caught out here without a chance to push inward.
Exactly. Camps going to get a nade in the face pretty soon, it seems. That UAZ is really annoying in the door. I don't think he can...
There's a bike inside blocking it as well.
Oh, no way. That's rough.
It is unfortunate, but of course pretty smart. You can see it's holding right there. Yeah, I saw the back tire and I was like, well, that's a parked vehicle. So even if it does get the US, now it's forever parked vehicle.
Yeah, no,
and forever parked. This is when you put the. It doesn't matter technically, because they can just move upstairs. But this is where you put a US in the other door too, and wait for the circle to shift away and go like meh.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that on the shack? That's the funniest thing. I did that back in the day. It's so funny. Just park a vehicle and run away. And they can't ever get out of the shack.
It's the same. That's the same with shelter as well. You park a vehicle and blow it up, and
they can't just move around it.
You just like watch them get trapped. It's just
some
hilarious.
people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Yep. Singularity. They have one knocked. Should be able to make a play. And Black Dragons again on their rotation this time around. They kind of back. I mean, they're actually in between. They have Year Gaming because Todix is a little further ahead. I didn't even notice that, but they're rotating through this, and I hope that he might have been able to provide some info. Because if not, then well, 3 guys just jumped out of the vehicles, and Black Dragons are there in all kinds of danger.
Yeah, some missed shots by Bozo. Looks like they've got a little ridge there.
You say that?
Oh, it's just not hitting any shots, it seems.
There's some fortunate whiffs when it comes to Black Dragons and surviving this with 3 Buckies. 3 Buckies driving through, not a single tire pop. That is very, very fortunate. But again, normally you say, what is your good play? Normally only happens because someone else messes something up. And that right there could, would, and should have been at least 1 or 2 tires spun out.
100%. Yep. Totally agree. Noran, though, they've been taking shots to the Gaming guys. Just over on the southwest side.
New circle's gonna pop, and everything they just committed to. Really good rotation for Black Dragons making it down here. They might honestly be better off just crashing Pachinki at this point and run up on the north.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like that's what Space Monkeys are going to do as well. Meanwhile, Noel just taking some shots at the past Singularity members. Actually gets a knock and a flush. That's a blown up vehicle. Yeah. So much damage. He's got to jump out. He's actually pretty safe, it seems.
Well, I mean, they're miles out on the edge of the blue, but yeah, if we count that as safe, then...
Yeah, I mean, it's not safe, but he's okay for now, it seems.
If you consider this safe, then I guess technically yes for the next 20 seconds, but after that...
the vehicle
car, stop, car, stop!
Yeah. I mean, even through the smoke as well, they're just not safe at all.
There's nothing they can do from there. Redemption have a decent spot, but they're miles out in the open, and, well, Lycan trying to jump up and get his position from the roof, repark that vehicle a little better. Might be a chance for him to spot something over towards the circle, and they want to deal, of course, with the Singularity players that are still somehow alive.
Yeah, Quick seems to have found some sort of spot in the forest. Yeah, so looks like he'll be proning for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because there's no way in hell if his teammates get. I think he's actually going over towards where his teammate got killed. Like the vehicle pushed further forward.
Wait, they got the res?
Yeah, but they had like a billion smokes.
I mean, still like a res in the. I mean, they field there.
Yeah, I guess the knock was kind of lucky to begin with, right?
Yeah, exactly. Faiska
again, the flank player. I mean, I want to see these guys make it through, just off of the playstyle they have. They can spread fear on teams from other regions.
Yeah, it's honestly it's really impressive to see them just push through and aggressively just take out all these teams around them. We'll see if if they do qualify, we'll see if that actually translates over to the international stage.
Singularity, Reparoni, not a whole lot they could do from the position they were in with that rough shift out towards the east. They kind of got penalized in that regard. Furious trying to push up the hill, but they are getting completely and utterly contained by Black Dragons right now. They're not getting any foothold in this circle. Yeah, Gaming's Pabrao.
It's one that escapes me.
We're just gonna call him Brew. He made his way in. Fortunately for him, but I'm not sure how much longer he's gonna survive.
Yeah, Black Dragons have all the control here. Chiquitin trying to push up. The only man alive for Furious Gaming.
Ooh, timing.
He's just, I think he's just hiding. I mean, they know exactly kind of the area which he's in.
That's the good thing. I was just going to say, that's the good thing. You rarely ever see the Black Dragons players not push together in these situations. No. And even though it could have been scary, could have gotten the knock, I think Faiska was still in the spot to be able to flush him before he would have been able to take out Todix.
Yeah. Most likely.
That was a good flick anyway. Like a really nice reaction shot from Todix.
Really, really good. Good reaction play.
You said that Red Canids had to stay. They have not moved since they landed, like in that compound. We said in the very beginning that they should keep a player out in that compound, and they have actually stayed there ever since the game started.
Yeah,
it's
true.
Funny. That could have been an interesting one had it exploded there. Now the circle though, forcing teams out into the open. This is gonna be fun. But Jinky is out, the hill in the south is out, the compounds in the west are for the most part out. We do have Logan still inside, but this ain't gonna be easy at all. And now we got Black Dragons full on pushing up towards the compound down in the open, and they want a piece of the pie where there was already 2 teams present.
Yeah. Toddy's teammates have pushed in. Yeah, Relan's getting knocked onto Rafa there with a nade in the smoke. It's just, there's nothing more that
this is going to stall out. They're going to get the rest, but there's no way in hell they're going to get out.
But you got to watch the Space Monkeys on the south. Prone tag him. Yeah, Trancoso gets the knock on to DT Zora.
There are 3 teams around the same one house. When you see it here, Faiska is pushed in. There are so many people, and he doesn't get them. Is he going to get knocked as well? He's going to get flushed. A misplay. Demo wasn't there to help in time, and here's another solo, and he gets him down. 2 solos on the same floor of the same building. How does that even... Wait, and Cream is still... No, wait, Cream is downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. How many different teams do we have here?
There was 2 players of Mechanica
that's
in the
what
top
it was.
floor. Capitan was always in the bottom floor.
How did they get past him then?
I honestly have no clue. I'm not gonna lie.
How did he just get ignored downstairs?
He hid. That's the only thing. But in the toilet, I imagine that's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, in fact, Mechanica just went.
Wait, how did he get killed?
The nade, maybe?
I am
a nade from Capitan?
Light years beyond confused at this point. Wait, Toddy might actually have gotten him. Toddy might have found him from above.
Oh, possibly.
That could have been the thing. And now, all of a sudden, Captain has this building to himself. He got breached by 3 different teams, and now he's here by himself.
Yeah, he's all good. But
he didn't have to do anything to retain it. He's like, well, you know what? I'll just let these guys do it.
Yeah, I'll just hide. Sit here and...
That's 1 more kill for him.
Easy peasy.
Almost in placement points now. And the thing is, they have the perfect spot in the south now. Look at the split from Cream.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for Yapish, though. Yapish behind Toddy.
Yeah.
Oh, they know. Wow. Nice spot, actually.
I would not have seen that player.
No, honestly, same.
He was very invisible to me.
Yeah.
But they were ready. Chapis saw something moving around that we didn't, and well, they were ready for it. Captain, you better damn make it sound like you're 600 people in this building, because they will be running down that hill in just a moment.
It's actually a bit of a slight bug. Red Canids, not gonna watch out for those.
Oh, the third party from Red Canids down on the southern side. If we can jump into that one, fight escalates. Cream do manage to get something. We see Seiko try and push forward. Harold gets taken down, and there's just pressure applied from all angles. And this is perfect. I mean, the Cream players that have the Western compound, they need to help. And Captain, well, you have a chance of getting inside that circle right now while these guys are fighting. You should utilize that to getting the hell out of that building.
100%. I mean, he's got the cover from his teammates, so it should be easy enough. You think Runner just hitting content shots all day, every day. It seems
he is very, very, very efficient with bolt actions. Where normally most teams they say, we don't want to do it because what if you miss and you have to reload and da da. Runner doesn't miss. Runner don't miss.
Apparently not. But there's only Ragnar left on Yapish. Capitan still hasn't made it over to his teammates. Looks like he's going to try and get to the vehicle and head on out of that.
Raspo knows that Necro said, and of course now him being in the vehicle, that's going to give away the info. He's a solo player, though I'm not sure exactly where he's planning on driving in this circle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
He's
not sure
gonna
where
send
Raspo... Yeah, it looks like he's just going to send it into some area. Raspo also a solo player. Meanwhile, Furica Gaming against Redemption.
Yeah, not a team we've seen a whole lot from Furica, but they're making their way on in. Do get a player knocked, make that 2 players knocked. Actually, nope, Blue is coming. They ain't going to get the reses up either. Raspo does spot out Ragnar, so that's going to be out of the game. And unfortunately, not a whole lot more they could do here. 5 teams left remaining. Prone Taggem will go out as well. And the 2 players we saw down just before will indeed get finished off too.
Yeah. So Space Monkey's just on the highway area. Another call out that some might not know. Highway. This is the area here. Taking some shots from HNK1. They're going to push up pretty aggressively, actually, out in the open.
They have to. I mean, there's nowhere for them to go.
They get it done, and there we go. That is pretty much all she wrote for Furica Gaming.
Space Monkeys, almost with a win last game on Miramar. This time around, top 3 position once more. They do only have 2 people on the feet right now, but seems like Trancoso should be able to get Dream Rust up, and that could potentially be even more kills. They're not inside the circle just yet, but they can play a little further on the southern side over on the east, like where Hano is. There should be 1 or 2 more trees for them to play on.
Yeah. The only compound inside the circle, and Cream have full control of it. 10 kills on Cream Esports here.
Racking up on the compound. Like they pretty much got all the kills when Red Canids and Jabbish were like fighting on the eastern side.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Space Monkeys have got the res up. Some shots coming in. They get the flush onto Flux. Oh no, that's actually Nabel that gets the flush. That was obviously a steal.
And speaking of team effort,
oh wow!
I mean, look at this. Look at this split on kills.
Yeah,
it's literally all of them even.
Super even.
Nabel gets a knock onto RDNX. They're just harvesting.
Yeah, Rana, we've seen. I mean, I don't think we've seen him hit a shot like on our screens, but we've always seen him with a kill feed. Looks like he's
almost literally just above the helmet.
Yeah, he's aiming.
He's shooting all the time. That's why we see him in the kill feed, because he's literally like he has 4 bullets left.
Yeah, exactly. He's just always shooting. So I mean, the amount of bullets he shoots out.
A little lower, Runner.
He's got to get some kills. Nabel ranks up 5 kills there. Fury Esports go down Rogi down to Nabel.
I think that's like somewhat of a buzz cut that these guys from Space Monkeys have by now, because Runner's bullets, they've literally been flying past their ears.
And that was a 4v3.
13 kills. And they're all in on it. That's the cool thing. Runner is there with the bolt action. Captain somehow managed to stay alive down in that compound. And then you have Logan and Nabel down and helping with the like the DMRs. They must be sitting. Like, I wish we could see it if we have Ole for it. Like the damage they've had this game, because I think they've done so much more damage than just the kills they've had. Yeah, like, they've 100%. Been attacking everyone all game from that compound.
I'm quite surprised that Space Monkeys have managed to get down to these this tree cover here.
They pushed while the other team. Well, while the other team tried to rotate out, which was like the only time to move. And now we have Logan and Run over the top. This should be the death push. Honestly, this should be the difference maker. Yep, Hano.
Yeah, there we go.
That's an angle you can't hide from. And Dream Rust does have a spot that he can hide in a little while longer. But looking at their position and knowing that Cream has the center dot and everything going with it, this is going to be them out very shortly. 1 more going down. Dream Rust 1v4. Good luck, chap.
Yep. See what he can do. He's gonna try and get it. Oh wow!
Wait. Oh, Nabel. Runner finished off.
Runner finished off with the bolt action. Of course,
just when we miss him again.
Yeah.
We gave you so many chances, Runner, to show us what you're capable of and bring it to the audience. But of course, he decides to do it when we can't see him. Of course. 16 kill victory for Cream, a team we haven't seen win a game yet, and that's gonna be the record so far. For the region, 26-point game for a team that so far didn't have a single win yet.
Yeah, solid stuff. I mean, they had to come out for most of the time. Just a matter of getting the kills and picking up the win.
I mean, they had a 3rd place, made it a 2nd place on Sanok earlier today. Runner, crucial headshot to allow for them to cross over. Once again, they land the shots when they need to. I think that's the most important thing. They might not be the super flashy team that goes, I mean, obviously, this is extremely flashy, 16-kill win, but we haven't really seen that consistency from them over the last couple of games and also yesterday's games. But now, them being able to pull off something like this makes me wonder, maybe we should add one more to the list of scary teams to throw in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, Cream just seems to be firing on all cylinders, especially Runner with his kind of cheat shots. Exactly. Just impressive stuff.
We'll have to wait a little longer to see if they can hit some more. 2 more Wrangle games left to be played today before it will be a third way through of this tournament. Guys, stick around, 5 minutes to go. HayZ and I will be right back. Two more games to be played today, and I think this first game on Erangel showed us that it's not always about what team might be the better fraggers. You also kind of need to be in a spot from where you can frag.
Yeah.
And most teams weren't.
No, exactly. I mean, the circle shifted out towards the Gatka Fields, and
yeah,
Cream Gaming just had prime spot, just with all the vision. Them coming down the hill on the Pachinki side, and then obviously from the north into the fields, you had the forest, and just
hunting
no
season.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't think they ever got the player tagged. Maybe captain in the compound there. I don't think they ever actually got. The thing is, they couldn't be focused.
No.
By anyone. Everyone was so busy focusing on the neighbors, and then you have these guys sitting on the other side of the water, like. Can you get a stop? We're kind of busy doing something over here.
Chill.
Please just stop. We're kind of fighting over here. Either you come and fight us, or you stay over there. Don't do both. And well, they wouldn't let them. They wouldn't let them have it their way. So they managed to pull off a 16-kill win, and that for sure is going to rack up a lot of points. I mean, obviously 26 points, but that's going to help them a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see. I guess in a short moment in time when the
I hope so.
leaderboards pop up.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah,
it's gonna be because we had that second place from them earlier today on Sanhok. I just can't really come up with it. Might just be my brain that's not working past midnight. But I don't think we've had any. Like, if they've had top 5 performances previous to today, then they haven't been fancy. But let's get it backed up by some actual stats. And of course, them winning the game, 26-point game, and they were 10 kills ahead of anyone else, and that's for Rakao.
Yeah, that's
insane.
Rakao was the ones that they came in from the south, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
10 kills ahead. I mean, we're talking Furia, we're talking Black Dragons. Oh well, we just beat them by 11 kills.
Yeah,
not a big deal.
Easy peasy.
Not a big deal.
Simple stuff.
Pretty damn impressive to say the least, and of course on the overall, I guess you can say the overall leaderboards of the entire tournament so far. Let's see where it puts them. So they are actually further up than, I mean, of course, 26 points. Now they're at 66 in total. So they just pretty much got not half of their points added to the list, but kind of.
Yeah, pretty
much. They were quite a bit further down. I think they were around like somewhere between 8th and 10th place previously.
Yeah.
And now with 16 kills added, that's a good chunk throwing them up into 4th place.
Yeah, and obviously Black Dragon Esports surpassing the 100-point mark with 104. Yeah. 62 kills on them.
On 11th game too. That's pretty damn impressive. I mean, that's over 9 points per game.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually massive.
That's pretty difficult to achieve, and they still managed to do it. Now let's see. Northern Plain, we don't really, I mean, last game we had 2 teams jump military, and nobody actually went military. That was a little strange situation down there, but so it seems like nobody really cares to go there anyway. So we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be occupied by anyone. Could see the military circle on Northern Plains. They're always fun. Or the Severny circles on Southern Plains. They're also tricky to those of us who believe that.
But they don't happen.
They
because
do.
They don't happen because the plane path, the circles are connected to the plane path.
It's possible. I've casted those games plenty of times before. Can we please give us a military circle just to prove to HayZ that it happens?
I mean, if it goes like 50-50 and then shifts military, that doesn't count.
It just has to not touch the plane path. Come on, give us a military circle and then I'll be all kinds of happy. I'm still confused by why Mechanica, Furious, and Japage are all forcing each other to cram into that area.
Ha!
I mean, it happens. It's just coincidence. I'm telling you, it
know.
happens.
See, yeah.
Okay, so for those you guys don't know, because there's a lot of things, info patches and stuff that you can get that are public information, and then there's all these people like the man that I'm sitting next to that come up with all these crazy conspiracy theories, and one of them is that's the ongoing one that we're discussing right now, the fact that the circle has to somehow, like parts of it at least, has to touch the plane path that we were just over. But then again, I mean, look at Circle 1, how massive it is. It's almost impossible for a north to south plane, when you get a circle like this, to not touch the plane path. But I know for a fact that I've casted planes, like when you have those, I call them esports planes, when you have like the modes of power to Primorsk, like really rude southern planes, and it's gonna Severny Circle, where it did not touch.
I've never ever seen it.
You've been in there for this. Like we're talking very old times in PUBG, and you're telling me you've never seen it before.
I can't.
Not a public game either. Like nothing ever.
No. And like even today, we had, I think on PL we had a Milter to Primorsk plane path, and I was like, it's gonna go military. It's gonna go military. And then went military. No,
Can we get some PUBG Core people in the chat and do some leaks on the algorithms? we need some proof on the matter, because
I mean, DA knew they dropped down there.
Yeah. They also couldn't really go anywhere else.
To Rozhok, but anyway, different league. That's over now anyway. So yeah,
we're so global, HayZ and I. We cover all the leagues. We can talk about all the leagues. Sego, he's I don't think he's actually gonna rotate out here yet. That would be strange, but nope, he's just gonna get looted. Might as well. That's like the most lazy drive in the universe too.
I mean, it's faster, gotta get that fast rotate, that fast loot.
Gotta get loot quickly. Gotta go fast.
Exactly.
Furakaw, he's or they, I should say. This is a split loot that I don't see utilized too often. Also, look at how they're positioned. They have two people on the eastern side of Yasnaya. If we can look at the map real quick. Two people on the eastern side of Yasnaya, north of where Mansion is. One guy we call him Hank. Now I do, at least. On the eastern side of Apps. And then you have RDNX, or RDS, on the eastern side of Rozhok. And now one of them are knocked. How in the universe are you planning on backing each other up? Because, okay, honestly, in this, if Furia pushes on that knock, they might be in for a surprise, because I don't think they expect there to be two people there.
No,
they think this is a free knock. Like they think this is a free flush, and they're gonna be surprised now. Are they crashing?
That was. I think actually.
You just shot at guys. It means he's been rest.
Yeah. There's two players in there.
This is
a super aggressive.
They were just they're just sending it.
Yeah, Hegwin, he's super close now. They're both upstairs.
Furia, such a well-planned out team on everything they do. What is this?
It's nuts. That's what it is. And you've got the other half of the team pulling up as well. RDNX and Flux come in. So it's just a 2v4 now. I mean, they have the advantage, it seems.
I think these guys realize they did an oopsie. I mean, when we talk about high power and Luren Poach.
Yeah. They picked the wrong fight. I mean, they even pick it.
We were just looting.
Furia picked it, and now they want the whole piece of the pie.
Of course, this is a very, very tricky building to push into, but as you can see as well, we can't really see anything. So I wonder how many smokes Hypop has, because look at above, RDS, he's coming in. These guys have rotated from Apps to go and help their teammate. It's going to be a 4v4 now, and nobody can see a damn thing. Because there's smoke, but he's just running around. No, he knocked his teammate! And then he gets a double knock. What the hell is going on here?
I am so confused. And then
he knocks his teammate with the Molt.
Wait, was that a nade? That was a nade!
What is going on? They're nading their teammates now too.
That was that's the other members of Fury Gaming coming in as well. They're trying to help out, but it's all too late. TGM's pulled up too. What's happening?
Is this compound really that good? Guys?
I mean, it's close to center. It's not exactly center, though. There are more buildings on the map, guys. Hello.
I am out of words. We just saw 3 team knocks or kills in 30 seconds. I am so baffled. I mean, one thing is, I mean, I know I wouldn't even like Furical. They got what, 8 kills, 9 kills last game, and a really good game from them. Yeah. And Furia, we've kind of put them up on a pedestal alongside Black Dragons and these guys, and just complimenting them for constant smart plays and whatnot.
And then,
good night, Hank.
Yeah, and this sort of blunder happens, and it's really awkward.
So
Hank won.
Oh,
RDS with the peak though gets 2 knocks.
Oh,
here Gwyn saves it.
Could you have imagined?
Oh my lord. Okay.
Could you have imagined?
So they get 3 up now. Actually, it looks like TGM are coming back.
They are coming back. I am. They know they're resting.
Yeah.
And they know there's only one alive. This is so confusing.
They leave because the fight kind of ends, and then they don't want to really start it again, and then it happens again, and they come back because they realize that they can get some more kills.
In all fairness, Brigado, they have nothing so far. They have nothing so far, these guys. Like, they have no points, practically, TheNameIsToby's team, and they just want something, and they expect this to be easy peasy pickup, but they're about to realize that, well, it ain't.
Oh, Brutos just got knocked. He's actually res now, so not to worry about that, but 73 health on Doas.
That's the game changer.
Okay, TheNameIsToby throws a nade.
That's the call.
And there we go. Complete wipe. TheNameIsToby with all 3 kills.
They have so much loot in this building.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are never going to run out of ammo. Yeah. Maybe utility, because I feel like everyone kind of used their nades and stuff early, but that was a very different beginning to the game than what I would have thought to see.
Yeah. I mean,
I understood everything that happened in the first 3 actions. Hyakuen gets the knock onto a player. He's isolated. He goes, good, that's going to be a solo. I'm going to drive over and kill him. But then I say 2 guys drive, like, because it's 2 guys pulling up on a knock player. Just get the flush, move on with your looting. Makes perfect sense. As soon as they get shot at from that compound, alarm bells should be ringing and saying, whoops, there was more than one. Maybe we should just go back and keep looting. And then ever since then, things just went to chaos.
I don't know. I mean, but now in the first circle, there's 2 teams already there, which is
there's so much
we
room.
rarely see.
There's look at that.
Even more room now.
Look at how many compounds are available. Everything is available.
But they fight for that one. It's just it's a bit strange that.
I am so confused.
Yeah, but look at all that.
It was fun. It was amazing. It was hilarious. I loved it. Content. Hashtag
content, exactly.
The dumber it gets, the better for the viewers. Spam some lulz in the chat and have a joyful day. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But from a competitive PUBG integrity, I feel like that was a little absurd.
Just a bit.
Just a tad, as they would say. Breton.
A
tad.
It's yeah. There's so many teams coming in from the northeastern side as well. You've got
they're all there.
Redemption, Capiche. Also got NoOrg and obviously Singularity just at north as well.
Ooh,
lots of teams coming.
He was run over by a flipped vehicle.
Oh no! Really?
This game is only getting stranger and stranger. Oh no! Oh, I thought they were gonna smash that Bucky into the US so that it all flipped. But now they're getting breached from above by the rest of Redemption. This is like the last game of PEL we saw earlier today. Like, this is just full-on public game.
Yeah.
Crazy shenanigans all over the place. Oh, my lord. Goodbye. Goodbye, Kovac.
That's a nice nade, to be fair.
In the meantime, Vinny casually runs over his teammate. Just to add to the mix that they wanted their name mentioned in all the chaos, too. Oh, no. One more down, Silson. Over the top. This is not a good position to be in.
Oh, wow.
Wow, as I say that.
Amazing spray, that.
Yep.
That's impressive
stuff. He is
stuff.
an extremely talented player. And shows it right there. Unfortunately, 2 teammates of theirs went down early, and that's, of course, not the way you want to start the game. Good plane. Pretty simple circles. I mean, it was an Eastern shift, sure, but it wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're 11 minutes in. And we've lost 16 players, 17 players, make
Yeah,
that.
that makes no sense. Like, usually
Oh, it's 15 actually.
you lose so many more
Can count.
players when there's like a really southern plane, and then the circle shifts just like
Everything was fair.
pretty far north.
Everything made sense. We've complimented these teams for not having ever had this like lobby before, and still, very first games they kind of figure it all out. And then this happens in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm so confused. I am so confused.
Strange stuff happens. I mean, it is PUBG. Ooh. Meanwhile, Ganjo having to go down. Capitan with that one. Up close and personal. Pavlex with an SLR red dot. Not something you see every day.
I mean, the mini red dot worked last game. Maybe the SLR red dot could do the same. At least Captain went down.
That's not going to make it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to flush it out with the nade. This is
trying to wrap around, but the rest of Cream is coming over the hilltop. You can see they're pushing him from behind, but they got the blue on their back, and they're arguably in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah, Nabal in the blue, same with Logan.
They know that Pavlik is kind of on the off angle down there. I think that Molotov might just go to waste.
Yeah, it's a lot of utility not really being used efficiently there, to be honest with you. Ooh, Rana, big shots onto Pavlik there. He's got to prone down and heal. Nabal gets the knock onto 2, and the flush onto Ganjo as well.
Pavlik is all by himself, and it seems to me like the what do you call it? The cavalry arrived in at the correct moment. I mean, unfortunately, Cavalry was down, but yeah, Gaming will see themselves defeated. Runner should be able to get rest. And well, we just shift west. We're going back out east again. And that vehicle, 1 bullet, 2 bullets, 3 bullets. Bada bing, bada boom. Is it gonna happen? Yes, it is. They go down. FayZ gets the kill, and Black Dragon. It's not like they needed more points. Sitting center on heaven or backflip or whatever you want to call this, but having all vision in the world.
Low kicks. Some more shots coming out onto Coffee Break here as they rotate around on their bikes, taking shots from multiple different teams.
Yeah, they're finding themselves in a bit of a melting pot of angles to be covering. Pomade does go down. You can see their vehicles. They're most likely going to get not only tires popped but destroyed.
Uh-oh.
Get anywhere. Silson. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Sorry. Oh, I think he's behind.
Oh.
And then Ragnar with the cover.
Tags.
That was a solid cover from Ragnar actually to knock Doas there.
Important.
Silson gets the flush as well
with 2 HP.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually. Oh, that nade. He's dodging nades like a champ. Which I just can't find it.
He could knock with it. Oh, and he did manage to throw it, but these guys, they are being the wingmen you want. I mean, they're only 2 alive, and Ragnar is literally carrying Silson's butt right now.
Silson is just pure bait. He's put him on a fishing rod. He sent him out there, and then he's just Ragnar's picking up the kills.
Come to me, ha!
Exactly.
And Ragnar's like, thank you.
Yeah.
One more, thank you.
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
6 kills for these guys in 14 minutes. Ooh. This game is so confusing. Logan casually running himself over while his team is getting killed.
Happens.
We've seen the strangest things in this match. I mean, the entire lobby is just played out so well. I mean, I was gonna really, and I'm going to. They've been so good on so many occasions throughout the tournament. All these guys. This game has just been a big old shuffle back. You know how when you play the bingo and you tell them to shuffle the back.
Yeah.
This is the shuffling happening.
Yeah. This is the wheel that they're sort of turning around with all the bingo balls in there.
Yeah. Mini game round, go. Okay, okay. You have to do one crazy thing per team at least.
Exactly.
This game.
But I mean, it's fun. It's fun to catch.
It is. It is extremely hilarious. It's just very, very. I mean, I've been caught off guard more this game than I have in all the previous 10 games.
Yeah. Circle does shift.
Yeah, singularity. They're in a decent spot. I mean, unfortunately for them, yes, Naya is still in, which means they still have the 360 they have to care about. If they could have been shifted a little further south or north, for that sake, if Heaven had been out, then after dealing with whatever team had to leave from that spot, they would have been able to focus more in one direction. Whereas now there's still 4 guys on top of each other caught in a pretty tough area.
Exactly. Techno, Shazad, and Ragnar. Ooh, big shot, 63 damage. Not quite the headshot though. Tries to take some vehicle tires with him.
Those are some useful vehicles, the tire vehicles.
Yeah.
The other ones aren't that good at driving.
No, yeah.
They don't move so fast.
In the smoke, he's looting up in the safety of the smoke. But yeah, the circle has obviously, you know, it did shift, and looks like red actually coming in just in between coffee break and singularity. Bit of a rough spot to be in, but I mean they've got to make a move, and that's the move they thought would be good.
Yeah, I mean they have the accessibility to, what do you call the orange building? Some call it library, some call it police station.
Yeah.
Which of the, you can't just say yes when I give you 2 different options. What do you call it? Some call it library, some call it police station. Yes.
I call it the library.
Library. Okay.
So, yeah.
And then they did leave that, so Silson could push in there if he wants to. Seiko, well, the smokes are your best friends right now, because once they're gone, you literally have a blown up car and a couple of trees for cover, and that's not going to be enough for you to make it through. No Oak, they're rotating across the road as well. At least Vinny is trying to. Ragnar still racking up points on the north. I don't know how they do this, but it's normally we talk about the whole make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Ragnar and Silson lost their 2 teammates early in the whole crazy shenanigans we saw there, and I think they had 3 points back then.
Yeah. Now they have 6 kills.
They
I'm
sit
pretty
at
sure.
7, I think, with that knock right there.
Could be right.
That's an addition of 4 kills in a situation, like 4 points that could be difference making in a situation where they probably should have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're trying to go for that sort of that 7.5 to 8 point average, like they're heading towards that. Oh my lord!
Oh, what?
That nade, Necro.
I feel so bad for the observers too. Observers have been so damn good at following those nades so many times where nothing happened, and then one time they stay on the guy. That's the wow. That was a mine, just like there was a dynamite stack just waiting to go off.
Wow.
Like 3 damaged vehicles on top of each other, but none of them actually blown up yet. And that one nade just, I mean, that was just New Year's Eve.
Fireworks all over the place, and body parts.
And a lot of intestines.
Nice.
That's what we need. Like we need the what do you call it? The PG-18. Oh no, that's what is it called? Rated R for mature type PUBG, where like every time you see someone, like, his arm falls off. There's just blood everywhere, like the Tarantino PUBG game.
Yeah.
Black Dragons. Do you want to win one more? 3 wins on the day.
Seems like they're going to.
You want to get one more? You want to get one more?
They're on their way to it. That's for sure. The circle does shift southeast, directly towards the Heaven compound. And
this is a shift singularity needed, right? Because now once, like, if they can survive the push that will eventually come towards them, they're gonna have a really good spot from up there. I mean, then they might have to leave as well, but at least, oof, my lord, Tekna's been stepping up. I mean, you gotta give it to him. They were really struggling yesterday, and where his teammates might not have been able to do that much, he seems to have been able to really hit the shots today.
Oh yeah, I mean, he completely took out three members from the Fury Gaming guys earlier on. That that hectic fight that we just had. And
in all fairness, 2 of them was with a nade before he even entered the house. But yeah, whenever he did push, it was really impressive.
Yeah. This is actually rough for Noah. They're pushing in between Mechanica and Black Dragons.
Yeah, no, just.
Oh, okay.
Had you not cooked that nade?
That would have been perfect.
Yeah. It's like you press R and then throw it. It's just kind of a habit thing.
Yeah.
But he should just have thrown instead of doing anything about that. Ask Necro. He apparently is pretty decent at throwing nades these days.
Not too bad at all, yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh, that's some tags. That's not what you want as you get into a vehicle. You've got to rotate now, but he's low on health.
I would tell him there was a Dasha right next to him, but I think that's too late to forget about. 2 guys on each their buggies, and I'm seeing... Oh my, that's an interesting throw. Didn't get that far.
They tried to follow it, it just flopped on the floor. Oh, it feels bad.
Feels bad indeed. Black Dragons the need to hold on their side. Goes for one, but it's the other one that looks up towards him. Fortunately, Demo should be able to crawl a little bit back But this should be the info. People need to realize that Heaven is contested right now, and that should be the push-up from multiple teams.
100%. This is easy third party material.
Yeah.
Burke gets the knock. Flush out coming from Feisker. Actually, no, that was Feisker with knocks
Oh,
off.
that should be the flush. Yep.
Wow. Unfortunate. Mayo actually gets that one. God0 goes down.
This is such a crazy situation. XX is still alive. We got Nabal up on the eastern side, still proning behind all of this and just watching the chaos from afar. Hasn't made it into placement points yet, unfortunately. XX is trying to become one with the buggy, and in the meantime, we have a 3-man strong team of Black Dragons that somehow have this entire compound, like not just the southern part, but the entire thing to themselves still, after having been engaging this fight on the southern side for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's actually nuts in there. It looks like they're trying to sweep around. They're trying to clear it. They know Mayo is somewhere around here. They're just sweeping around the compound to make sure that no one else is left.
Does Singularity still have vehicles?
And there we go.
That's a good flush. Does Singularity still have cars?
I don't know.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They need to drive the hill to Glasshouse. And Glasshouse is the building just on the northern side of where they are right now. And they are...
I mean,
oh, no, don't spin out there. Have fun, low kicks. Goodbye. You see them just looking back, was like, well, he's dead.
Yeah, 100%.
There comes Quick and his teammate, and they're indeed going to take what I call Glasshouse. Don't taxi. Don't taxi. Don't go back and pick him up. Low kicks spun out. That's his own fault. Black Dragons, in the meantime, they're going to sweep the sides. They're going to clear out everything. And, well, once again, they've managed to secure their area. 6 teams left alive with an average of 3 players from each. And, well, we do have 2 4-man teams. Oh, maybe not a 3-man team, actually, in Black Dragons, but the 4-man teams down south. That's Furious Gaming. We haven't really seen them make the late game that much since that Game 1 Sanok win.
Yep. You're right. Yeah, it's cool to see them 4 alive up in the south side here. Nabal I think Nabal's been spotted by Singularity, but they just can't quite get the angles. But Black Dragons doesn't know that he's there. Clearly, I mean, Toddy would be looking directly at him, but he's in clear line of sight of Nabal.
Oh, that was fortunate. Oh, ow. Ow. Ow.
Low kicks take lots of damage.
Somehow he's alive. That's a nice lot, too. I mean, of course, it's only him getting a manicure. Or is it pedicure? I can never remember. Pedicure is the feet and manicure is the...
Yeah, it's like... it's French because pied is feet and then main is hands. Mani.
And then pied del...
Was it French? Was it? I'm not sure.
It's always like toes, and then you have hand toes. That's fingers. Or is it the other way around? I know in Spanish it's like something like that. In any case, Low Kicks, despite being miles out in the open, finds a kill and might actually be able to make the run to the compound, because this was kind of the guy in Rafa that he needs to deal with in order to make it safe, and now he is. And I don't want to jinx anything, but I know I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, it's fair enough.
3-man team on the west, 4-man down south, 3 men on top, alongside Nabal. Just saw one. Oh,
Toddy.
that took a little longer than you wanted it to, and that's the reload you didn't want to have to do. Unfortunately, Berg does find him. That's Cream Esports down. They had a good win last game, but unfortunately, not going to happen twice in a row.
Oh, it's not a bad game nonetheless.
Oh, no, not at all.
Fifth place, you know, a few points comes from that.
This next shift, I mean, everyone's just sitting our corner, our corner. Nobody wants to have to move anymore, especially not prone tag him. We'll see if they're going to have to. Oh, just any bit of their side of the road still in, they would have been clever. They had like just 1 meter further to the west, and they could have prone in that corner and had like forced literally everyone else to fight.
Yeah,
but they just exactly have to cross the road. They might actually be able to play something on the other side. It depends on how Furious are going to play this one. Either they go up towards... Does Furious have vehicles? I don't think they do, right?
I think they actually rotated death with vehicles. Yeah,
I was just going to say they can cross and take the tree line on the other side. This is going to be like a really smart crossing by Junkush.
Yeah,
because they're inside now. They're inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's exactly the play they had to make. But
him. Is that? Oh, that's actually.
Wait, that's a corpse.
That's a dead player.
Yeah, that's a dead player. That's the bait of the banana suits. When everyone's wearing the same outfits, it's tricky to tell who's alive and who's not. That's a player from before. And he's gone now, so obviously someone who was about to disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a live
hand.
player, though.
Well, that's a lot of damage onto that one hand. Wow. Jump off the vehicle. It isn't spoken just yet. Might be soon. Meanwhile, though, Furious Gaming driving around. Looks like they're going to pull up onto
that's what I was thinking. They can't, like, either they push to the dip on the right side, or they go over to the left. And they had to go on the left side because there's nothing to play from on the right. They're going to allow Black Dragons to leave. There are only 2 players alive.
Oh
my lord, this one could be so dangerous, and it's a double explosion!
Oh,
there's only Danny left alive!
Necro and his nades. What is this? Wow.
What? In all fairness, he's gonna die to a nade, so I guess that's the silver lining.
Karma, yeah. But yeah, Danny, the only one left alive for Furious Gaming. solid nade, and Singularity now spreading, getting some more space.
Why is he not shooting? Low kicks? Hello? You saw him sitting still. You see his head just...
he's not quite standing still.
Maybe
He's
he
like
doesn't
bobbing
think that
around
they know
slightly.
that he's there, but didn't they drive there? I mean,
yeah,
they know the vehicles came over. It's not like they're not giving up their position or anything, because everyone knows where they are.
Yeah, I mean, just put some pressure down. Wouldn't hurt, would it?
Where's that toe? Where's that toe? 1 HP. Oh, and then Burke steals it. That's unfortunate. Problem with it. He's like, wait, he's dead, right? Aw. Burke does the hook down, so the revenge play comes in. Panda, though, a little greedy up on the roof. He does have a teammate. It's 2-2 split. I thought they put 3 over and him leaving himself up there. Okay, I'm going to go out and say it now. This could be a game that Singularity can win.
Yes, I mean, they can.
I didn't want to say anything before because at times I've been feeling that they were in a good spot. They've somehow really quickly died. So I'm going to go out here and say 4v2 v1. There's a chance.
There's definitely a chance. I mean,
to be fair, I don't see how they can't win because
exactly
they have the circle for 2 players, and all quick and low kicks have to do is to go back where they were before.
Yeah, looks like
or just play the dot. I guess you could do that too.
Yeah, just play close to the dot. This is obviously phase 8, going to turn into phase 9, the center shift, and Quick has that pretty much under control.
That is very, very, very interesting. They play it smart. I mean, even though they know they have the numbers for sure, they say, you know what, we have not had that win yet. We want to get that win. We want to get those points. We are still, I think they're sitting in 13th overall right now.
Yeah.
Don't take anything for granted. Don't lose a player in a situation where you don't have to. Don't give anyone else points for free. Win this game, 4 guys alive. It's only going to be a 7-kill win. It's not anything massive. But this is what we can kind of go off of and then start racking up more.
Yeah, exactly. BD, looks like they're running out of ridges to play with.
Yeah.
The nade going over to the tree. It's a good prediction. Obviously, the call-outs, and that's a knock to Feisker right there. Burke with...
Burke might be better off just crawling into blue here.
Yeah, honestly, that might be worth
Don't give the points away.
He's going to get that kill. We'll try to flush it out at least. Pomme might have an overextension on his hands here. Danny should have angles on to Pomme. I don't know if they should.
He's been seen though. He's been seen on the backside.
Yeah.
Anyway, like they're containing him on the rock. He's not running anywhere.
Looks like he might just die to the blue actually.
Yep. He ain't going nowhere. So yeah, that was a 7-kill game gone. Is Burke gonna make it a 5-1? In any case, we can, I think, pretty guaranteedly. I mean, there's only so many places we can be, but
there we go.
And that's going to be it. Singularity finding themselves finally after 11 games on the list of teams provided chicken dinners so far, and it's been so even this one wasn't that easy. They had the northern side hold up just on the southern side of Yasnaya. When they got there, there were like 4 different teams shooting at them. I was like, oh my lord, they've just thrown themselves into like a pit of doom.
Yeah, it's just rough. Just teams shooting from every which angle, and just
like into the witch's ball. Just like she's just like, meh, 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 you're gonna die.
they're just
nothing
swirling around, panicking. Yeah,
and the bullets were all the like weird ingredients you always throw in there. But in any case, guys, exactly. Interesting game. Black Dragons are having a hell of a day. 2 wins now, 2nd place here as well. Really, really good performance. But we'll go to a quick break. It's getting late, and there's 1 more game to play. So stick around. We'll be right back. It is late in the evening, but I have never been more awake than what I am right now after what we just witnessed. The first, I want to say, a minute and 16 seconds of that game. Buttery smooth, everything like any ordinary day. And then Hyakuin got a knock. Then they started driving. Then they realized there was a guy in the compound, which I would have thought they just left him there.
Yeah.
They pulled up. And then for the next 29 minutes, chaos. It was just an insane game all the way through. I don't even know what to touch upon. Necros and nades. The crazy pull-ups on that compound on the east side with Technosh and all those guys. Oh, we're not going away. Wait, did you just get killed? Let's go anyway. Woo! They spin around and go there again. It was just from start to finish. There was just highlight-worthy clips all over the place.
Yeah, it just made no sense. Like the pull-up on the first compound was just because they got the knock and they thought it was only one guy.
There were two as well, both with weapons early. So they just figured, even if he's there, he hasn't got the rest up yet, so it's still going to be a 2v1.
Yeah. So it's just you push that to try and flush out the kill or whatever.
But very, very strange. But a strange game, of course, has scores anyway. And Singularity finally finding themselves on the top of it. 16-point game. Could have been a 17.1, but we had one of the furious players managing to sneak his way out to the blue, so no points given. And then Black Dragons, again, they have had a really good day. 2 wins, a 2nd place here, and I mean, they're just getting further and further ahead of anyone else.
Yeah, I want to see what the overall leaderboards are like, because that's gonna be a big old lead.
Oh yeah, because we have Furia
Dragons.
only 4 points. Space Monkeys were sitting in 3rd. They're down at 0, like blank game, and then Coffee Break only 5. So they are slowly separating themselves. And of course, essentially, yes, other than prize point or prize money, it's not top 2, it's not top 3. You want to be first. Like, you have to be first if you want to have any chance. And if some of these other teams don't start punching these Black Dragons and weakening them to some sort, if they keep separating themselves, it's going to be practically impossible to hunt down over when it comes to the final week.
And there we go.
119 at 12 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
18 points ahead of 2nd place Furia Esports. And most kills. They've taken most kills over Black Dragon Esports.
We talked about Singularity making their way into the left side of the leaderboard, the top 8. And, well, they're sitting there for that win. Great game for them. And, of course, hopefully they want to finish off today with a similar performance. I think anything in double digits is going to make you very satisfied to finish off the day with.
Definitely 100%. So the playing path, you can see from north to south, just a bit sort of skewer from the west to east side, but fairly central nonetheless.
So is this a military game, you say, because the plane ends over military?
No, this is actually Severny Circle.
Because, like, what do you base it on?
Through just my superior knowledge in every way.
Can you guys tell how he's a conspiracy theorist guy? Because every time you ask for actual facts on something, he just bases on, saw a YouTube video about it once.
This is all through my own research, okay? I do my own research.
And that makes it viable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I mean, you're probably going to be right, and then you're going to laugh all
Imagine
over
if
the
I'm
place.
right.
You will be. I'm sure you will be. Furia, why not start the game off with crazy shenanigans? Ha ha! You're still right that it hit the circle, but we'll get to that some other day. Furia running over a guy and then punching him to death. Pams is alone on military. Silson is alone on military. And you know what? I think they thought it could have been military, because look at where they are, right? I don't think this was a oops, we jump out late. I think this was on purpose. Anchors on Military Island. Mechanica looting up in the middle. Like West Farm. Japish. Looting East Westbridge. That's a weird way to say it, but I don't know what that area actually is called. So I'm calling it East Westbridge.
East Westbridge. Yep.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
East of Westbridge.
Yeah. It's Westbridge loot, but the east side of it. So it's not Ferry Pier. It's the other way of the road. But they would send Silson over to secure some land there in case the game went there. Because even though, I mean, and as much as I want to disagree with you, every time that needle, every time the edge of the plane path is down there, like the tip of it, we have seen military circles come in after. And, well, this time around, well, technically, no.
No, it's not. It's not military.
No, it's not gonna go military.
No,
I want to see it happen just out of the chaos because the circles were so decent last game that no chaos had to commence. But the players kind of delivered it to us. What if the players say, okay, that was crazy, now it's been normal, but then the circles force them to play crazy, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I feel like we saw that yesterday. There were some rough shifts in yesterday's games, like some really brutal shifts in yesterday's games.
That's true.
So how about if we just finish off the day? This is a center plane, center circle, have a nice, well-calculated game of PUBG. I know it's not going to happen. It never happens, but one can hope, right?
Yeah, one can hope.
One can you can always hope. Harold, he's going to get seen and hurt by Rusty. Doesn't want to engage on it, though. Bucky gets to leave. Surprisingly high amount of buggies.
I was just about to say that as well. I'm seeing a lot of buggies.
Yeah. And we're not even in the patch where they're buffed yet.
No. The bullets, the tires still take very few amounts of shots to spin out. Although
it's one Kar98 shot and 2 AR shots, right? Whereas now it's 2 bolt action shots. I think it's 1. And then now it's 2 bolt action and 3 AR shots.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 AR shots in live service.
Wasn't it upgraded from 2 to 3?
No.
In any case, it's one of them. That's not something we need to go into nitpicky with. Cassin, coffee break. They haven't had that many points. Ragnar as well found Letty. He's going to leave. I want to go back and see coffee break because he just pulled up in the compound in which there was an opponent. We can see here Harold getting found in there. They are split all over the place, these guys right now. Not Mr. Cassin, if not already. Having given up his position, then indeed he has now Pams as well shooting. That's Furious Gaming. Guys that got 3rd place last game, able to do some damage. Rafa, he was going to go over and help his teammate that was engaging in opponents, but then he ran over his... Oh, that's upside down buggy. That's... not optimal.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, indeed.
That's a mistake, too. No one holding the windows. Harold gets a free flush.
That was probably the guy who got killed who was supposed to do that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so lots of shots coming out. Revo's actually Nabel from Cream on the eastern side. So what is happening? There's so many shots.
Normal game, guys. Normal game. Not crazy shenanigans. Por favor. This is what did they say? Local?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, this is absolutely local. It's there's just breach on breach on pull up. It's so interesting because had it been from the start to finish, like all 12 games so far, and they've played like this, then that would it wouldn't make sense, but it would have made sense that that's what it was. But they were just, very calculated for the first 10 games. We were seeing teams really, really play it smart, I want to say, and well, like thought out rotations and whatnot, and we talked about Black Dragons and Faiska and how he made all these smart plays, and just overall, it just seemed really composed. And now it's just Wild West. Now it's just full on Wild West anarchy PUBG.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best, I suppose.
It is. It creates for a good little bit of turmoil that might stir up some. But it's just funny because this would be the game that you'd expect to see the first or like 1 or 2 games of the tournament where nobody really has their footing in yet, and we talked about how some teams can embrace that and whatnot. But that would be the start where everyone kind of cluster into each other. But we had a full day yesterday where everything went pretty smooth. And it wasn't because the planes were bad today, so they were forced to go into weird spots they wouldn't normally go to. It's actually been pretty decent planes and circles to start off with today. But the players just seem to really embrace the chaos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you spray with a 15x MK14?
If you zoom out, maybe. But
I said, can you?
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're a pro player. You know. If you can't, then you are not good.
Yeah, it's like
technically everyone can spray with the 15x, right? It's just a matter of actually hitting something.
Yeah, exactly.
The spraying part is not that difficult. Just holding down the mouse means pretty basic. Danny, he's found opponents. Chancoso,
he's been found.
That nade trajectory, I think that was what gave him away. He threw the nade, they saw where it came from, and they kind of figured, well, with how much airtime it had with when it blew up. Wow. That was on their
this
feet.
one.
That's not going to go fine.
I was hoping it might do. Hey, no, pretty low. He's got to back off, but yeah, these. I mean, it looks like Furious Gaming just fishing for some knocks here.
Yeah. He said, "Hey, no." Didn't want to do that. Missed the L, but hey, no. Didn't wanna force anything there. Those smokes there are gonna be nade magnets. Fortunately, it bounced off on the wrong side of the tree. And this fight could last a little while, I think.
Here we go. Space Monkey's pushing on the left side of the hill. No one's in a whole lot of trouble. Actually, they don't know. No one's got a knock already. Oh, headshot comes in.
Traded headshots though. He's still peeking.
That smoke is useless, pretty much. Just landed behind him. Meanwhile, GBL gets a knock onto Chiquitin.
Oh, it did bait the nade.
That's true, actually. So it works, but it doesn't in the same time.
If I fool myself, do I also fool my opponent? Yes, you did. But unfortunately, no one was there to get the flush and then the knock player. Chiquitin has gone down as well, though, so it's a 3v3 for now. Noran is there, spotted from above, and Dreamrust is there to take him out. Great concentration. Great spray down with the AK, and they continue to push through.
Solid stuff.
Oh, that's a scary jump.
And there goes down Ali. So, Furious Gaming
annihilated.
Yeah, I mean,
we need the Doom sounds. In there, like the Quake, whatever is it?
Yeah, it's
ludicrous kill.
It's the tournament, Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament
sound effects. Yeah.
Uber kill. Can the production maybe give us some chorus or reverb or whatever it's called whenever we
Quadra kill.
Like echo effects when we do these callouts, and put like what is it, like the pitch, the voice pitch a little lower so I sound
a bit more manly.
I feel like we've just engaged in something we probably should never have have looked into doing. Yeah. Whenever we come back next time, we're only going to sound like clowns and Pokemon the entire broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, though.
Off of having a tough position early, they have found themselves a gate to keep, and seems like no also going to be, well, no vehicles anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, Mayo's still got one. Looks like Godzera's got another.
Is that iron? Oh, nope. There came the 6x. Just bloop. Rented out of nowhere.
Mayo looks
Wait,
like
can we get a look at the vehicle just below? The upside down... no, in the compound, the upside down buggy. Did they park up that? Oh, no.
They got that
They
stuck
lost...
as well.
I think they lost the Dasher too, right? Or it was popped anyway. But that's some Animal Planet stuff. We shouldn't be looking at that
It seems like what they tried to do was flip the vehicle and then got their UAZ stuck as well. So they just lost two vehicles.
That's
I mean,
that's one of those. I'm not even mad.
That's
impressive.
It's like there was an attempt on Reddit sort of thing. You know, like
attempts were made.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made too, I guess. In the same context. Andy. Not really boosted up either. We talked about it earlier. How they didn't really use boost. Oh, Ragnar.
Oh, here we go. Ragnar. I thought he was stuck there just for a second.
Oh,
Ganjahan.
He finally made. Oh wait, it was Silson that crossed over all the way from military, and here's Ganjahan from miles off. Yeah, gaming taking the spot that Space Monkeys had just before, and going yoink. That's my kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty far shot as well. It's at least 500 meters, yeah. So just, I mean, all it needed was one bullet because he was about 20 HP anyway. So
doesn't make hitting that target any easier, I think, from that distance. That's pretty impressive. Solid. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500-ish meters?
Yeah.
On a moving target?
Solid stuff. I mean, I think he was moving sort of in line with it anyway. So he just had to shoot and then it would...
You just cannot give a guy credit for doing something.
No, I mean, it was a good shot. I think I said that.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway, Pablex gets the kill. I don't think he cares how good it was. It's a point, right?
It is. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's up close or at a distance. The point's a point. And those are, in the end, the ones that matter. There's still a lot of different outcomes in this game. And we could still go military. It keeps going down there. Next one's going to hard shift towards Ferropier somehow, and then we jump across.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we had that funny ending on in PEL where it went down to the compound that Mechanica are in now because it hard shifted south on this circle.
Yeah.
And it's still technically we know we're going into the fields. We're trying to set up different scenarios here. Observers, don't do that.
It's gonna end right on those.
Observers have an idea that it's gonna go in between those 4 shacks. I feel like, but I'm saying it's gonna go west because those 4 shacks are always the ones it goes to. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's going to go. I mean, it's going to go straight north of TGM.
It's going to go right into where RDX is going right now.
Yeah.
4 Shack Field. You have a little. That was not the sentence I wanted to say. Okay. the crate is now trying to tell us something else.
Must be.
This is the Warcast. It's against Observers. Which bunch of shacks are we actually headed to? Which bunch of shacks? What is production? Where does production want the circle to go? We should find out at some point. Maybe they want to have a bet in on it too, and then we can all put a friendly wager. No gambling or anything. Just a friendly bet of where this final game of the day will go. If you guys, of course, have any thoughts on it too in the chat, you can wager in as well. The only prize is a laugh and a half. XX, he's gonna be laughing a little. I think Letty's a little upset because he's just gonna run over by his teammate Furia. It is kind of funny, right? Because the teams prioritize this shack over others, but that's the destructible one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also a dip. It's like it's in a bowl of kind of yeah. I mean, the observers are showing it really well here. There's just a little bowl. Obviously, if the hills around it are inside, which they are, Red Canids and obviously Black Dragons have taken the southern hill. It's so rough to hold it. You essentially have to just prone and wait because you can't do anything more until those hills are outside.
Yeah, Gaming pushing around. They know that the last remaining mechanical players are in here. XX has gone down. Ivan is there as well. 3 guys pushing forward. They only need 1 though. That's a kill secured. Yeah, Gaming finished off the day yesterday with a win, and well, it seems like now they want to have 1 more. Wait, where did Pams just fall in the water?
Yep. Yeah, he's currently going for
he just set his vehicle in the water. He wasn't even getting shot at. He's kind of don't text and drive, guys. Or kids.
Yeah, it's that's a mistake.
And just all of a sudden, his name was like, his name just sunk, and I was like, well, he disappeared.
I mean, it looks like he wants to try and get into the little bay there.
No offense, he's not really in a hurry. I mean, this circle is going to shift away from water, but it's still going to give him 35. Is it? Wait, no, 40 seconds to swim around. He should be able to get far enough around that he can get up.
Yeah, and I think I mean it's the safest rotation for him as a solo player anyway.
Yeah, in all fairness.
Yeah.
And he's the only player alive too, so he doesn't really have any responsibilities anywhere other than trying to stay alive. Yeah, Gaming, they're under pressure. Ganjohan finds himself knocked. Of course, it doesn't mean he's out just yet, but seems like Space Monkeys are in a really good position up here. As I say that though, Paplex finds a knock onto one of Dream Rust is down to low HP as well.
Yeah, Hayno knocked, flushed out as well. Meanwhile, Coffee Break go out in 14th place, down to Redemption.
That's a good fight up in the forest.
Yep.
Impressive feat from them. They're getting shot at still. Circle is going to shift out to my field, not the Observers one, so they owe me a laugh. That's always good. So far, could still hard shift back.
It's still going to go there.
We can see that those circles have been drawn with more and more frustration over realizing that the game will actually never go there. In before remake. We're going to be here all night until we get a circle into that field. Sego. Oh, that's a nice little nose wheelie.
Yeah, that's a tire pump right there.
They actually managed to keep it under control.
Yeah, that's fair. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Credit where credit's due. That was impressive. Necro. Fortunately not within nade distance. Oh, this Sego is though. That will be. I mean, that will be. No. I like the idea, but it ain't a bazooka. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's not quite a rocket launcher, but you know.
Or like the V2 rocket or whatever. Like, it's not a proper mortar. Can't shoot it that far.
Oh, that one though.
These ones though are getting
rolled, but not quite.
A little closer. And Andy's running down. He wants a piece of it. He knows he's down there. And of course, we talked about these kills being worth so damn much. Might as well see what you can get. But he's getting shot at from far down south. I think that's actually Black Dragons from down south shooting up towards him. Pams has made his way all the way around. We can tell you. The shoreline adventure. You can see on the map. He is slowly but steadily making his way towards the circle. He'll be able to get there at some point soon. They pull up with the vehicle comes through, but Paplex from the forest is going to be the one finding Dream Rust, and that is going to be Space Monkeys out.
Yeah, Paplex and crew with the hill. I mean, they have to come into the circle as well. Same with Red Canids.
Yeah.
But for now, they're going to sit out there and pick up some kills.
An easy place to have to rotate through this one once all the teams are settled on the other side. So you can see Furacao trying to see if they can get in. Hank just exactly gets inside the building. Safe for now. But I don't think there's any way they're ever getting out of there alive.
No, I mean they're safe for now, as you said, but yeah, just nothing really they can do.
Yeah.
They've got to wait and pray for the circle. I mean, if it does shift over there, then the observers are right. Unfortunately.
Yeah. We have a two-way split singularity duo left remaining, and then we have TTM, a team that also has yet to win their first game. The guys and 3 Nagato men. They might be able to pick up a decent win here should the next circle shift towards him. Faiska finds one onto his low and punch, and they need to do something for me. I mean, if they want to have any chance of leaving at any point, they need to get like mini knocks.
Yeah,
because as you can see, kind of trapped.
They need to get a fair few knocks before they can even make a move.
Yeah.
Great. There's an AUG. A lot of people don't like the AUG. I mean, it's a solid gun. It's obviously better than most 5.56, but
I think it's just the recoil is a little different, and since most people don't play it on a regular basis, they don't pick it up because they're not used to it.
Yeah, true.
Did Pamps never get up? No, and now he is, some would argue, kind of trapped.
Yeah, super trapped. He's got a...
Seems like they're waiting for him.
A mutant as well, so not the best of guns either. Yeah, spray comes out, Ganjahan.
He's tanking blue, and he's going to go down! And that's phase 4, so there's no rest coming in.
No. So that's a confirmed kill.
Mistakes were made.
100%. The overextension from Ganjahan to try and commit to the kill. Bozo's going to make it in. He's on low health, and that is it.
Boink. Not a whole
Killed
lot
Demo,
more
actually,
he
from the
can
hill.
do. Yep. Not a lot more he can do. Now Paplex is all by himself. He has the Shack still, but he's going to be outside the next circle. And oh my lord, I think the casters won that one, observers.
Yeah,
that indeed is a 4-Shack field ending. No, denied.
But yeah,
that is as 4-Shack field and ending as you could possibly get. And Pommet, well, he's going to clap his hands because he's by himself. Panda is on another Shack, and he is not quite there. And I don't think he has a vehicle either. Pommet is ready. Yeah. He's ready for breaches.
This is nice.
He's just waiting for anyone to breach his compound.
This is really smart. I like it. I mean, I don't think Redemption can even bother with it. Maybe Black Dragons
not now. Not
if
before
they want
get
to.
shifted out from.
Exactly. So Pommet, I mean, it's smart to be ready for it. You know, prepping a nade just so if they put up to the shack, they get a nade to the face as soon as they arrive.
Cannets, they might be forced to make a play like that. Now Pommet is smoking. Oh, Pommet has to make... Oh, this is smart. Pommet is smoking outside because Panda is moving towards him.
I like it. That's
Help out your teammate. Communicate it out. Dude, do you have smokes? Yep, good. I'm going to come running. Could you please give me some sort of room? Because you can see all these bullets fired towards him.
Yep.
Maybe that smoke didn't make the big difference. Maybe that was the reason they didn't hit that last bullet. That would have been the knock-on towards him. Very smart play. And they threw it on both sides just as a safety precaution in case he had to pull up on the backside of the compound or the shack. Very smart. Black Dragons, you're in trouble.
Uh-oh, here we go. Big old
pull-up. There were 3 in that car?
Wow. Furia getting a big old present hit.
Wait, they're still running after the car. Do they not see him?
The smoke covered it.
I'm so
as well. Oh, Tony's behind.
He's still alive. He's alive.
Fuck. How?
Wait, they got that spot?
Fury. Oh, there's no
and
way.
He's dead.
And then Red Cannons comes in, so that's them out. Wow, they got the spot. Red Cannons comes in from the
and now they have
north
the spot
side,
for free.
and then they just yonk it essentially. Wow. That's actually nuts.
I have not been rendered speechless this many times in one day before. I give that to you.
Yeah.
Latam Masters. You are the artists of having me not know what to say. They drive 3 in one vehicle, and instead of just crashing in and saying full YOLO, they kind of stop a little too far away, so they get knocked. But then one guy managed to run behind the vehicle all the way into their own smokes, get the spot, and we go, hey, it's free, and I got naded from a 3rd team. And now they get to play from that spot. That's as different as anything I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
Circle up north. The
Oh, wow.
entirety of 3 Nagato men need to make this move. And, well, I mean, they are the 4-man team left alive alongside Redemption. So only fair. Oh, and actually, Red Cannons are still 4 alive as well.
Yeah.
So 3 4-man teams are solo in the duo. The thing is, you can't really utilize being 4 alive in these circles because you're going to be forced to prone at some point. That's the high ground vision, benefiting you the ankle and towards Furakawa, and they're going to go down in 5th place here. What do they do here?
I mean, it looks like Doas is trying to make a move slowly but surely around the western side or something.
They know that the forest is in. They can't run west.
No,
look at how exposed
can't.
they're gonna be. There's no way in hell.
Like in Cubalita, we'll have easy angles on it.
Take cast and crash singularity. Honestly, there's no way before people on that check anyway.
But
there's smokes there too. Even that's perfect. Like these smokes are helping them out big time.
But the only issue is, I mean, you're gonna get
naded
as you pull up.
Yeah,
also,
true.
red cannons have eyes on the door.
Yeah,
if
they
the
can
smoke dissipates. So it's just a
but instead of this, I mean, look
at
at they're just running in the open now. That's not exactly better.
I mean, at least then they can progressively push singularity.
2 vehicles, car fort, outside of nade distance. I think there are a lot of alternatives that would make them get them better off than what they're trying to do right now, because they're going to have to push into singularity territory anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Brutus and Technosh have gotten the vehicle. They're ready to go. They could have.
Well, now they're going. Probably should have started with that.
Yeah, but I mean, they want to get closer to try and. Oh yeah, here we go.
Goink.
Nades. They haven't got them prepped.
Run.
So many
That's
nades,
one nade knock. That's a rock knock from the other side. Nade
vehicle.
inside. There's a nade inside. Bomb it.
That vehicle's gonna blow up. Panda pushes out.
Everyone's dying.
They go down. Everyone's dead. That whole shack is dead. There's no one else left.
The entire shack got emptied.
Now there's only 2 teams alive.
Stupid. They all died.
So who got the last kill there?
I have no clue. I could not keep track.
I think it was red cannons, but I mean, can't.
Then why do you
No,
nade?
I mean they can't be sure. Yeah, so it must have been.
It must have been Redemption that got it. They were using all their utility to try and flush an empty shack.
They still think the players in there,
and they're getting punished. They're getting knocked by it. Redemption 10 kills. I'm back at it again. I don't know what to say. This is the most. These last 2 games, man.
So chaotic.
It's just absurd.
Yeah.
In all fairness, the circles have been pretty ruthless in this game in particular, going into this field the way that they did. But just, I mean, it's not even because it's miscommunication. It's just you cannot communicate anything in those situations.
No,
I mean, there is such a cluster of things happening that there's nothing you can do. They need Belita down. Like, they desperately need to kill Belita. Red cannons if they want to win this game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's in the he's in the next circle.
He is
well,
in
so
the
he
circle
is solid
too. Yep.
in that circle with.
If they can knock him though, there's no way he's gonna get rest. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like that would be a guaranteed flush technically for them, because there's no way NA Luck would run back up and get him.
Ooh, that's a headshot. That's gonna make him heal up.
Yeah, keep him out of the equation for a little while. Sicko's trying to push forward.
Oh, that's a knock. There we go. Like him with that one.
Probably have kept running rather than stopping
that though. Does a bit of damage. That's going to get well, I mean, half a flush.
Belita down, 3v3.
Oh, wow, yeah. Good shots from
rest might come in Kovad. Think about it this way. They haven't been within nade distance at all yet. It doesn't have any, though, as we can see. And he gets the knock on towards Kovad, committing to it despite being low HP.
This is not, I mean, it's a 2v2. Obviously, one just got knocked there onto Raspu. Kovad can't be resisted.
They don't know he made it to the shack.
Rusty
rotated in a vehicle while everyone else was fighting. That could be this deal breaker. That could be what seals it for them.
Yeah.
2v1 now. 7 kills for Candidates, and I think 11 kills for Redemption. 12 make that. NA Luck, we've seen him as a solo player. Where are you running?
He's trying to find a different angle, or just trying to get some hard cover. Yeah, I think he just wants to get this big old rock in the hard cover.
2 first aids.
Oh, don't prone there.
Prone?
No.
Okay, we can be fair and say NA Luck has absolutely no clue where his opponents are.
Surely he knows. I couldn't.
Not with what he's doing here. He has no clue. He has no idea.
His teammates would have communicated it. Surely. There's no. I can't understand how he wouldn't have known.
I mean, yes, he might know there's a guy in the shack, but that's why he's proning in a position where the shack can't see him.
Yeah.
But
nonetheless, we'll see where the circle goes. It's shifts west. He's still on the rock.
Okay, so the shack is going to be out. That's usual information. But Rusty should take the vehicle and just go in the star. That would be the play to make. Yep, that is exactly what he's going to do. I would assume so, at least. Or at least just drive in. Okay, now he's just in. So NA Luck knows that there's one there, but most importantly, both Andy and Rusty knows where he is, and he doesn't have a vehicle. This should be a Candidate's win, unless if NA Luck can wrap some headshots right now. Like, he needs to win duels back to back to back to back. Wait,
he has 4 nades.
there are 2 guys alive. You have to do the math, any luck.
Yeah.
You've just shot at a guy and been shot at by another guy. There's only 2 people alive. You shouldn't be looking far west now, or far east now, looking for players. Because you know where those 2 people are.
100%.
I think he's kind of stressed right now. After having just witnessed that Chaos 3 all went through.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's still a little traumatized.
But it's also the fact that his team's kind of thrown what should have been a pretty easy win. Nice little pre-fire from
He's the only
Rusty.
guy on the shack, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I think he has a
know
lockdown.
that.
He doesn't have a
Now he
lockdown
does.
on the Andy's position.
Andy just shot actually, so I'm pretty sure he knows now.
Direction at least.
And yeah, exactly. So any luck, kind of over committed to the peak, and
Yeah, he's dead.
now he's getting tagged up. Yeah, 46 HP.
He's
so
not inside the circle on the rock either.
as I said, he does have 3-8 still, and luck. So if they get any closer,
Red cannons should never move within 8 distance anyway. They have him on lockdown on that rock. They just keep at a distance. They know. I mean, hold. It's pretty simple. One guy holds the left side. One guy holds the right side. Don't let him leave.
yeah, exactly, 100%.
Don't over-aggress, Rusty. We've seen crazier things happen before. Don't do something stupid here. This could be the throw. If he has the knock here, nades and okay, Rusty has a nade, so now he's in the blue.
Yeah, that's a poor nade though.
Nope, not gonna happen.
He's still inside the circle though. Rusty obviously has center position with the star.
This could have been a really, really dangerous spot for him to be in. If he hadn't gotten knocked while pulling up, he dies to blue. If he had gotten knocked there while pulling up to the pulling up in the vehicle,
Yeah.
that could have been game over. Very, very risky, and to me, honestly, a little unnecessarily risky play by Cannons. But they do end up winning the game. Very chaotic and hype-worthy, and then going into ending that was a little not lackluster, but just a little less exciting than what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I mean, I feel like Redemption had that game. Like that was their game to win because all that stuff happening on the south side. But something went wrong somewhere down the line, and then just ends up dying to the blue because he doesn't want to give away the kills.
Yeah. They're still tied in points though. I mean, overall. Let's just take a little look. We have a little replay here of okay. So break this down with me, HayZ. I'll let you do all the talking.
Right. Okay. So I mean, TGM push up. Two on foot, 2 in the vehicle. Nades come out, nades all over the place. Kovac actually gets a knock onto Lawrence Sid as well, so that's from the north side. 2 knocks from north side. And then Rusty from the red cannons actually gets a knock as well.
So the nade inside
Panda only got 1 kill.
Yeah. And Technosh blew up Brutus. It was a situation where 2 of the guys didn't even make it to the building or to the shack.
Yeah.
Palme, who was inside, got blown up. Panda, who was outside, got shot.
He went around the back, yeah.
And then after shooting him, Technosh's nade killed Brutus, who shot him. And therefore, they all died. Because then Brutus got blown up by his teammate's nade. He was the last player there. Like, Brutus could have survived it, but he got blown up by Technosh's nade that never made it through the window.
Yeah, I mean, that happened.
That happened.
Yeah.
What can we do? It's PUBG for you. It's amazing, and we love it, and it's absolutely hilarious and joyful to cast. But another thing has happened. We've hit the last game of the week.
Yeah.
It's been a very, very entertaining both day, but also week in 2 very different ways, I feel like. Today was I mean, it would have made so much more sense to have had this happen yesterday. I'm like, first day of the tournament, we don't really know what these opponents are going to do. And then yesterday's games being played today, where it's like, you know what, I mean, they seem to have figured each other out pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's like
it just
today,
got opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of like they've just switched over. Today was supposed to be the kind of where everyone's figured each other out, as you said, and then the first day was supposed to be, chaos and like no one knows where anyone's rotating, and there's just pull-ups and
exactly. Pretty crazy day, a pretty crazy week overall. Of course, we've seen some very, very impressive performances. I mean, the fact that we're 12 games in, Black Dragons already has 3 wins, could have been 4 had they had the win against Singularity on the previous game up by Heaven. Very, very impressive for them to almost win a third of the games. 12
Yeah,
games in.
that's
And
solid.
also just with the kills to back it up. So it wasn't just all them
Yeah.
sitting on circles all the time. It's they actually go out and hunt
Yeah,
and play really well.
And I mean, it's the rotations as well. The rotations that they make just look so solid and so smart. They have the awareness to know exactly where teams will be on the circle once it shifts, and then they just go to the empty side, and then it's pretty. You know, they just spread, they take ground, and that's it.
Exactly. We went to the field. Crazy things happened. Red Canids ended up winning the game, but it's going to be a tie with Redemption due to the kill points. Double digits, 12 kills for Redemption, tying them at 18. And then, well, I mean, they both had double the points of third, which was Technosh's team. And they might not have had the most kills, but the third place did help them out quite a bit there.
Yeah, exactly. Coffee Break was 0 placement points, but 6 kills to help them out a bit. So they racked up some. I think that was on that eastern hill towards the just past the bridge towards So
they were up there racking up the points needed. And for Year Gaming, they had 8 kills. I feel like had they not overcommitted so much to get down Pam's down by the water, they could potentially have made a play on that because there were 3 guys alive at one point. But this is your overall leaderboard. Furious sneaks their way into triple digits at 104 for Black Dragons. 74 kills in 12 games and 123 points. That is very impressive. Yesterday they finished. Yesterday they finished double digits, or like twice over Cream, and in third place. Like they had double the points that third place had.
Yeah,
and they almost withheld that. Like they almost managed to continue to do that today.
Yeah, that's just insane. And the fact that like
that's insane.
The top 2 has 20 more points than number 3. It's 20 more kills and from number 3. It's just shows how I think top heavy this really is.
It really is. We didn't really get that feeling from the start, but some teams are surely trying to separate themselves from the pack. Guys, that was it for us today. If you want to watch more GLL Latin American Masters, make sure to be back here next Saturday, same time, midnight CEST. And for those of you guys out there in the world, convert it to wherever you're watching from. And if you want to get more info, go into play.gll.gg, where you can get all the leaderboards, all the standings, all the stats for all the players, and you can get all the info in there. But that's going to be it. Saturday, next week, Sunday as well. There's going to be plenty of games played on here. If not, follow on Twitter, follow on all those different social medias. On behalf of me, on behalf of HayZ, thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time.